presents the 100th season of Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling. Today's coverage of Cowboy Wrestling is brought to you by these sponsors: the Oklahoma Wrestling Academy, Badger Daylighting, Cimarron Valley Co-op and Pride in Perkins, Tiger Drug, the Cowboy Wrestling Club, B&L Heating and Air, the law firm of Martin Gina Jackson, Bank S&B, member FDIC, Wilson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC, CREC, Stillwater Milling, Wendell Stevens Shelter Mutual Insurance, and C-Star Management with your C-Star Star of the Day. And now, Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling.
And good afternoon, sports fans. Brett Code along with Roger Moore, your Cowboy Wrestling reporters, checking in from the historic Gallagher-Iba Arena at Stillwater, ready with Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling. Another Sunday afternoon of top-notch Division I wrestling. Oklahoma State and North Carolina State. The Cowboys 2-1 under head coach John Smith in his 25th year. Currently ranked number 4 in the nation. North Carolina State comes to town, ranked number 13 in the nation. 8-0 on the year. The Wolfpack under fourth-year head coach Pat Papalizio looking for the upset today in Stillwater. Glad to have you along on the Cowboy Network. We'll continue with more as we take our opening timeout. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Celebrating its 100th year, Oklahoma State University Cowboy Wrestling continues its tradition as one of the most dominant sports programs in the history of collegiate athletics. A dynasty built on champions.
Time runs out. 2 minutes, 2 seconds of riding time. Mike Sheets will be the winner by a score of 4-1 over Lindley Kistler of Iowa.
Why not be a part of the next 100 years by joining the Cowboy Wrestling Club today? Just call 405-744-4541.
Central Rural Electric Cooperative has been serving members with safe, affordable electricity for 75 years. CREC has always been your neighbor. Now we want to be your friend. Connect with CREC on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Central Rural or follow our Twitter handle at Central Rural. Being connected with our community is just another #CREC advantage.
Football season has arrived, and Cenex Cimarron and Pride has all your favorite snacks and beverages for the big game. So whether you're hitting the road for an away game or just headed down the street to watch the neighbor's big screen, make Cenex your destination for top quality fuel, your favorite snacks, and service with a smile. Football season. It's fans. It's food. It's a community social. Don't show up empty-handed. Cenex Cimarron Valley and Pride is everything you need for a great game day party. Corner of Highway 33 and 177 in Perkins.
Follow the yellow brick road to Tiger Drug, the land of gauze. We recently helped the Scarecrow when he was suffering from a bout with hay fever. But please, no flying monkeys. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut. A man of questionable hygiene once walked into Tiger Drug and purchased some odor eaters. Then he placed them in his shoes, walked outside, and before our very eyes, disappeared. Hey, it could happen. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut.
Roger Moore with you from Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater, Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling on this Sunday afternoon. Oklahoma State and North Carolina State ready to hook it up on the big orange mat here, the home of the Cowboys. And Roger Moore, the North Carolina State Wolfpack under a former Cowboy, Pat Papalizio, in his 4th year, and it's easy, safe to say Pat's building a program there, no doubt about that.
Yeah, you look at the 2 Carolina squads, Coleman Scott up there at Chapel Hill, North Carolina. They're also in the top 20 now too. But both those programs back in the late 70s, mid 80s had a couple of top 10 finishes at the national tournament. So there is some precedent at NC State. They've had some pretty good teams. But the last 20, 25 years, they've just been bad. They've been average. They've always had a couple of outstanding individuals. Of course, Darian Caldwell comes to mind as an exciting guy, beat Metcalf on the big stage, and they had a great match, one of the fun wrestlers. They've always had a couple of guys, like a lot of programs out there, that are not inside the top 25, always bring 2, 3, 4 guys to nationals, has 1 or 2 guys that compete at a high level. That's changed. Under Pat Papalizio, he's about building a program, about building a lineup where you can win dual meets, and you can take more than 2 or 3, 4 guys to nationals. You got a chance to go finish inside the top 15. They're thinking about the top 10 this year. They've got a squad that can certainly do that. Obviously, you got Gwizdowski, 2-time champion, who may be in the Olympics next summer, next fall down in Rio, no telling. But they've got a lineup up and down, 10 guys a couple of holes in their lineup, but when you got a Cowboy outfit that's got a couple of guys missing, maybe hurt, trying to find a couple of spots, trying to fill up a couple of spots in the lineup, a very dangerous dual meet. This team will wrestle. They hammered Minnesota earlier in the year. Haven't seen the best competition as far as the results go. But, Rex, the Cowboys better be ready to wrestle them because this team is very good and very talented.
No doubt. They bring 2 number 1 ranked wrestlers to town, and again, they've got they are loaded trying to take on the Cowboys today, and again, thinking upset on this Sunday afternoon. We expect another good turnout today. We got room for you here at the home of the Cowboys, and again, they've got the upper deck, the upper level. Again, they pulled the curtain all the way around, gives it that nice, cozy atmosphere, keeps all the sound in here like old Gallagher Hall days. And again, but we have plenty of room for you. Come join us if you're in the area. Oklahoma State and North Carolina State, again, should be a very entertaining afternoon of Division I wrestling. We'll continue with more after we take a time out. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens, has created the perfect bottle for whatever happens. The Bud Light Cool Twist aluminum bottle. It's made of 100% chill-holding aluminum, so you know it's cold. It's tall and sleek, so it's refreshing. And here comes a twist. It's reclosable, so you know it's always up for whatever. The Bud Light Cool Twist aluminum bottle.
Just bring it.
Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's a fact. Oklahoma State fans demand more. So Verizon XLTE delivers more. Built with football fans in mind, Verizon XLTE is the next advancement of America's largest and most reliable network. With double the 4G LTE bandwidth in cities nationwide and faster peak speeds than before, you can get game highlights on the go, player updates, and even stream from the tailgate all game long. It's exactly what every fan wants, needs, and absolutely has to have. Verizon XLTE, built to handle the demands of Cowboy fans. Coverage not available everywhere. See VerizonWireless.com for more details.
Stillwater Country Club is one of Oklahoma's classic golf venues. SCC is the site of several prominent amateur competitions each year, and Stillwater Country Club has hosted the Men's NCAA Championship as well as the Women's National Collegiate Championship. SCC's beautiful layout offers elevation changes and tree-lined fairways that are unique in the Oklahoma golf experience. It's playable for beginners, yet is challenging enough to serve as a practice venue for the Cowboy and Cowgirl golf squads. Stillwater Country Club, celebrating a rich history, embracing a bright future.
The Ranchers Club, Stillwater's finest restaurant, located in the newly renovated Atherton Hotel, offers impeccable steaks, gracious hospitality, and superb menu offerings. Whether you're enjoying our game day festivities or relaxing with that special someone during the week, the Ranchers Club will provide a memorable experience you will repeat time and again. Patio seating now available, and for students, meal plan and bursar is always accepted. For reservations, carryout, and directions, call 744-BEEF or download the Ranchers Club app.
Back with you, Gallagher Arena. Rex Holt and Roger Moore, your Cowboy Wrestling reporters. Oklahoma State and North Carolina State. And again, the Wolfpack 8-0 on the year. Roger talked about the fact that they haven't exactly faced a very tough schedule at this point. Again, they do have the impressive 31-3 win, again, early this year over Minnesota. And the Cowboys, of course, defeating the Golden Gophers 20-17 last week. But comparative scores, you can't really go by that in any sport, particularly wrestling, with the different matchups that you have. But they have wins over Army, Sacred Heart, again, Minnesota. The Wolfpack duels, again, folks like Cumberland and Campbellsville and UNC Pembroke, a lot of Division II and teams of that ilk, and Anderson and Appalachian State most recently, earlier this weekend on Friday night on the road, won that with 21-14. So, again, not exactly a rout of Appalachian State, but App State, not a bad program either. We've seen some Oklahoma kids go out there and usually representative. So,
well, a lot of this, too, Rex, is a little bit of a representative of the impact of the Southern Scuffle. They're in Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's been wrestling in the past, SEC country, some of those programs, Clemson, of course, comes to mind. But with the way the Southern Scuffle has really developed, and it's kind of taken that New Year's weekend wrestling. There's a lot of great teams there, and some of these teams in that area are starting to develop some good talent and starting to bring some people down that part. It's a beautiful part of the country.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great, easy place. I mean, Raleigh, what an unbelievable campus to recruit to. So, and you get guys like Papalizio, who's been at OSU, Coleman Scott, been at Oklahoma State. Obviously, they've seen how programs work and the commitment it takes. He's Esslinger at UT Chattanooga. So that's a result of the scuffle. So, as these programs start to get better, you're going to see some new names possibly break into the top 10, because the Big Ten right now, you've got, 7 of the top 10 6 of the top 10 are from the Big Ten. And, of course, you got the Big 12 mix in there. So, new meat, new blood. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Back in the day, again, LSU had wrestling, Tennessee, Clemson, some of those programs. But now pretty much North Carolina State kind of carrying the banner for the southeastern part of the United States. And get NC State in here today, again, under Pat Popolizio, ready to take on the Cowboys. I tell you what, we'll take a timeout, come back and look at the starting lineups for our duel today, Oklahoma State and North Carolina State. You're listening to Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Central Rural Electric Cooperative has been serving members with safe, affordable electricity for 75 years. CREC has always been your neighbor. Now we want to be your friend. Connect with CREC on Facebook at www.facebook.com/centralrural or follow our Twitter handle at Central Rural. Being connected with our community is just another #CREC advantage.
Wilson Chevrolet Cadillac, move over. It's time to make room for the rest of the GM family. Buick GMC has moved in and is feeling right at home. Some of your friendly faces have joined the Wilson family too. Sales are off and running with the Wilson team already the largest volume full-line GM dealer in the state. Come check out all the buzz at Wilson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and wilsongm.com.
We got the deals that put you behind the wheels. Wilson Chevrolet, Stillwater.
It's probably good that you can't see them in your house. You know, those common organic pollutants that the EPA says make your indoor air up to 5 times dirtier than the air you breathe outside? With an Infinity Air Purifier from Carrier, it won't just filter your air. It will capture and kill up to 99% of airborne viruses, molds, bacteria, and allergens so that you can breathe cleaner air. To learn more about Carrier's Infinity Air Purifier, turn to the experts, B&L Heating and Air Conditioning, online at bnlheatandcool.com.
Celebrating its 100th year, Oklahoma State University Cowboy Wrestling continues its tradition as one of the most dominant sports programs in the history of collegiate athletics. A dynasty built on champions.
Pat Smith of Oklahoma State, the NCAA champion for the 4th time, the first ever 4-time NCAA champion.
Why not be a part of the next 100 years by joining the Cowboy Wrestling Club today? Just call 405-744-4541.
Rex Ho, Roger Moore back with you from Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater on the campus of Oklahoma State University. Looks like a beautiful day outside, but we're indoors and ready for wrestling today, Oklahoma State and North Carolina State. And again, glad to have you along on this Sunday afternoon as the two teams will start at 125 pounds. Again, on this Sunday afternoon at 125 pounds of the Cowboys, that means number 5 ranked Eddie Clamara, the senior, taking on Sean Fowles, a redshirt freshman from NC State with a record of 9-1.
Yeah, last year, the duel down in Raleigh, Eddie got kind of ambushed by like a fifth-year senior. Joe D'Angelo beat Eddie, didn't wrestle very well. Cowboys won that duel, but just didn't wrestle very strong at the end of that road trip. Obviously, D'Angelo gone, senior. So this is a match the Cowboys looking at the overall scheme of things. Bonus points. Eddie needs to go out there and be a team leader, a guy that's a veteran, a guy that knows the situation. They know the lineup. They know what matches are key here and there, and they know that Eddie Clamara, against a freshman in his home match, need to go out there and take care of business. He need to go out there and do what a senior All-American is supposed to do to set the tone for the Cowboys and let NC State know you're in Gallagher-Iba Arena and you're not going to win this dual meet.
133 pounds, a new Cowboy today as Brian Crutchmer will get the call. Brian's 8-1 on the year. His opponent will be Jamal Morris, also a redshirt freshman from NC State, coming in with a record of 2-0.
Now, Jamal Morris, a freshman from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so not a wrestling hotbed. Again, a chance for the Cowboys. One of those toss-up weights. Cowboys, Gary Wayne Harding, 6-5 to this point, hasn't really gotten it done. Brian Crutchmer comes in with an 8-1 record, mostly in open tournaments and nothing significant. But Brian's had some varsity experience, as we know, but a chance for him, again, we're looking at this weight class as open tryouts. I mean, obviously, if Brian comes out here and picks up a big win, wrestles well, no telling, because obviously Cade Brock, the freshman, is waiting in the wings. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do here. And if somebody, Gary Wayne Harding or Brian Crutchmer, doesn't say, like, we're going to go out there and possibly score some national tournament points for you, guess what? They're going to make a change.
141 pounds, the Cowboys will send out number 1 ranked Dean Howell, the sophomore, a record of 6-0. He'll be meeting the number 2 ranked man in the country, Kevin Jack, a sophomore. at 2-0, but no doubt on paper the highlight bout of the afternoon.
Yeah, Jack from Danbury, Connecticut, not another wrestling hotbed, but a kid we saw last year beat Dean in the dual meet in a good match. Dean didn't wrestle that well. Had some crazy stuff that happened. Lost the match, but Dean came back and beat him at the national tournament. So these guys are 1-1. They're 1-2 in the country. So this is a chance for one guy to show that I'm the number one guy. It should be, again, the feature bout. Dean's wrestling well. He's off to a good start this year. He's backing up his performance from last year and showing it was no fluke. Kevin Jack only a sophomore, so he's going to come ready to wrestle today.
At 149 pounds, we saw the Cowboys starter tweak an ankle last week. And looks like the Cowboys' Anthony Colica will not be wrestling today. Well, we know that. He did not weigh in. The Cowboys will go with either Johns Blaylock, a redshirt freshman at 13-3, or Davey Dolan. And then also a either-or situation for NC State. Bo Donahue, a sophomore, 5-2, and Sam Melikian at 4-2, also a sophomore.
At the end of the day, Rex, another key bout, or a total toss. I'm not sure what's going to happen here at all. You got 4 guys that have a chance to go. Melikian nearly beat Kindig a couple of years ago as a true freshman at the Southern Scuffle. So that guy's got talent. He's a Pennsylvania kid, lots of talent, but he hasn't been in the lineup that much the last couple of years for whatever reason. Donahue, another guy, don't know much about, but the Cowboys, again, no panic here. Obviously, it's mid-December. Not going to throw a guy out there that's tweaked an ankle that's not 100% because Colica is going to be there at the end, be in the long run, but a chance for somebody might wrestle on the big mat and have some fun and possibly win a match.
157, and again, another chance for somebody to win a job. We're not sure who will go today. Either Ryan Blees for the Cowboys, a redshirt freshman at 12-4, or the redshirt freshman Chance Marsteller at 5-3. We do know that the number 8 ranked man in the country will be going for the Wolfpack at 157. That's 8th ranked Thomas Gant.
Yeah, one of their better athletes, Gant, ranked in the top 10 in the country. A guy that's won some matches from a senior. He's from Illinois, got that Big Ten of physical style, a good, solid competitor. And again, we're talking about just like 33. This is another weight class, but we're not sure what's going to happen by the time we get to March. Chance Marshall did not wrestle that well. Obviously, against Minnesota. Blees wrestled up at South Dakota State. Didn't wrestle one of their better guys. But again, this weight class is up for grabs. I think John Smith's looking for someone just to go out there and put on a good performance. Wrestle hard for 7 minutes. Gant will be favored, whoever goes out there, a senior. But again, a chance for one of these guys to show coach, show the staff, so everybody say, hey, we're going to be pretty good at 157. But right now, the Cowboys are not very good at 157.
And at 165, the Cowboys are real good. That's number 1 ranked two-time national champion, Alex Derringer for the Cowboys. NC State has given themselves some wiggle room here. Either number 8 ranked Max Roscoff or Stacy Davis will get the call there. And again, they did not weigh anybody at 74, so obviously they reserve the right to move one of those guys up. But Roscoff or Davis going against Derringer. The Cowboys are favored either way, but a bigger favorite if they go with the backup.
Yeah, you'd imagine they're going to probably put their better guy up a weight against Crutchmer maybe. Probably Davis goes. They sacrifice him and try not to get pinned. Try not to go to your back and give up 6. Because Derringer on a long winning streak, obviously looking for bonus points here. The Cowboys need, just like Clamara, they need their man at 65 to go out there and secure at a minimum a technical fall against, I would imagine, probably Davis, because they're going to probably try to move Roscoff up, who's a pretty solid individual, and go at 74.
And if he does, he'll meet the number 2 ranked Cowboy. That is Kyle Crutchmer, the Cowboy junior, who was, again, a hero last Sunday in the Cowboys' win over Minnesota. Crutchmer comes in with a record of 6-0, and again, we expect maybe Roscoff to move up and meet him there. And if that's the case, might be a very entertaining matchup.
Yeah, Roscoff is a guy he's from Ohio, and if you look at scores, you can't say, wow, Derringer only beat him 15-5 last year. But for the guys we've seen against Derringer, 15-5 isn't that bad of a score, you know. He went the full 7 minutes, didn't get teched. Physical guy from Ohio, and if he goes against Crutchmer, who, again, the hero last week, a guy that's wrestling with confidence right now. We talk about his offense. He certainly opened up, won that big match at Iowa, has had a big pin against Minnesota. So he's kind of been the star of the show so far for the Cowboys, and they're certainly going to need him again today. Roscoff, a tough character, who I would imagine what we're seeing, but maybe not. If Davis goes up there, either or, 65-74, the Cowboys are going to get bonus points out of one of those two.
184 pounds. The Cowboys have weighed in another star from last week, Nolan Boyd, currently ranked number 15. He will go there, or either there, or it will be Jordan Rogers. Boyd is 8-3, the junior. Jordan Rogers 8-3, also a junior. The opponent, 16th ranked, Pete Renda of NC State.
Yeah, Rex, another, what do you want to say, TBD here. Renda, a Pennsylvania kid, very talented, a guy that can score a lot of points. Looking at last year's results, Crutchmer beat him 5-3. Renda, a tough go. Whoever goes for the Cowboys. Boyd, there's probably going to be a 84-pounder this year. That's the best weight for him, the chance for him to do the best. The guy that's got 2 years varsity experience, national tournament experience at the weight class. Then they're going to determine who goes to 97, I guess, at that point. But Rogers, again, he continues to get chances. Until he does something when he gets those chances, Nolan Boyd's probably going to be your guy at 84, and then we'll see what happens at 97.
And at 97 today, the Cowboys will go with Austin Schaefer. Again, he was, a full key role last week, wrestling at heavyweight and wrestling very well. He'll wrestle at 197 today. His opponent is a 17th-ranked wrestler in Michael Boykin.
Yeah, Boykin, a sophomore. He's out of Pennsylvania, so you say Pennsylvania, well, that means he's decent. Schaefer beat him last year in the dual meet 4-2. So a big, strong kid at 97 for them. Not going to score a lot of points. Could very well be a very important matchup in this dual meet. Obviously, you got to favor them by the rankings, but certainly no reason that Schaefer, if he goes here, or whoever goes here, can't go out there and pick up a victory, especially if the crowd's into it. The Cowboys need a victory because it's going to be a tall order at heavyweight, Rex.
Yeah, and Schaefer, I think, Roger, also maybe last week's performance should give him some confidence going in today, going back to 197. And again, we know he's got some ability, and he showed it last week.
And he gave him some feel-good. I mean, it's some confidence. The crowd was on his side. I mean, it's a positive thing from him. Obviously, he didn't win the match, but to go out there and compete like I said, I agree with you totally, Rex, that it's this guy who's like, look, I can go up there and compete with this big, giant, all-American heavyweight. Why can't I go down here and be physical and wrestle 97? And he's going to have to, if he goes today, that's what he'll need to be. It's going to be physical.
And then at heavyweight, 2 nationally ranked heavyweights. Austin Marsden, ranked number 4 for the Cowboys, the senior who's had to sit out last Sunday's match due to his disqualification of South Dakota State. Austin's 7-1 on the year. His opponent, though, is the number 1 ranked and, again, by all accounts, the best heavyweight in America. Collegiately, for sure, the senior Nick Gwiazdowski, a record of 8-0.
And he's won 63 straight matches, including last year. Very quick, very athletic. Just a good, solid 285-pounder, a guy that wrestles very well. And Marston, who can wrestle. We've seen him when he opens up, moves his feet, a good, athletic, active heavyweight, but that kind of plays right into Gwiazdowski's style. And this guy, again, might make the Olympic team this time next year. So a big matchup for Austin coming off, again, talking about Schaefer coming off a positive. Austin's got to come back, and he's coming off a negative. I mean, his performance at South Dakota State wasn't good for him, wasn't good for the program, wasn't good for a lot of reasons. So he's got to come back here off a suspension against the number 1 guy in the country and go out there and just compete hard. I mean, because the Cowboys certainly, by this time in the duel, that could be a very important match. Long ways between now and then, but again, you could have number 1, number 4, 2 All-Americans, 2 guys fighting for a national title this year. So it could be a very fun day, Rex. It could be a very entertaining duel.
That's right. And that match, again, very well, the dual outcome could be riding on that later on this afternoon. Those are your starting lineups. Oklahoma State, and North Carolina State. From Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater, we'll continue with more after we take a timeout. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Cowboy fans, stop by Chris's University Spirit today to sign up for the Orange and Black Spirit Club for only $40. You'll receive a membership club shirt and a 20% off card good on items for 1 year from purchase. All you have to do is stop in at 244 South Knobloch on Campus Corner in Stillwater before it's too late. Also visit us online at chrisuniversityspirit.com today.
While OSU fans generate excitement, wind turbines generate clean, renewable energy, and the OSU Cowboy Wind Farm is proof our fan power is truly orange power. It generates 67% of all electricity used on campus, which means OSU is offsetting over 84,000 tons of carbon emissions. OG&E Wind Power is a win-win, whether it's creating millions for community improvements or powering your home. So show your fan power. Sign up for OG&E Wind Power at OGE.com.
Dude, grab me a Dr. Pepper.
Gotcha.
This is a regular soda. I said Dr. Pepper.
What's the difference? It's soda, bro.
What's the difference? What's the difference? Did Napoleon settle for a can of soda, bro, when he invaded France? No! He demanded the one-of-a-kind deliciousness of an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Did Genghis Khan conquer Canada with his hordes of elephants so he could get some regular old soda, bro? No! No! Those elephants don't drink regular soda. They demand the ice-cold perfection that is Dr. Pepper. And so do I. So do I.
Gotcha. I think you should check your history.
Demand Dr. Pepper. Pick up an ice-cold 20-ounce Dr. Pepper today. Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind.
Rexo, Roger Moore back with you right now. Our national anthem, and we'll pick it up. And our national anthem from Gallagher Iba Arena with Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day tomorrow. And nice to, again, the OSU Pep Band in the house in their rendition of the national anthem. And not do we ever, for a second, take for granted what the folks are doing out there. The folks fighting overseas and elsewhere. And we appreciate all the military folks and all those folks who allow us to hang out here and watch wrestling. And there's more important things and crazier things, of course, going on in the world today. But chance to sit back and watch some wrestling today. Again, things that we do not take for granted. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast today. As we have the lights out, the smoke machine is on. Looks like the 70s disco era is back here at GIA as the Cowboys about ready to make their entrance. North Carolina State already out on the mat, and the Cowboys, again, making their way to this historic field house. When we're done here today, we'll have your C-Star Management C-Star of the Day. And from luxury homes to efficiency apartments and everything in between, call C-Star Management in Stillwater and in Oklahoma City. C-Star Management in Stillwater at 405-377-8740, 405-377-8740. And in Oklahoma City, call C-Star Management at 405-949-1404. That's 949-1404 in OKC. Why pay more? The best remains. C-Star Management. Check them out on the World Wide Web at c-star.com. We are about ready to wrestle here at Gallagher Iba Arena in Oklahoma State and North Carolina State. And we'll be back. Your first match of the afternoon after we take our final pre-match timeout. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Audio Midwest, your leader in car audio since 1979. Plus, they picked up a few tricks along the way, like navigation, iPod, and Bluetooth integration. Do you answer your phone through your radio? Do you listen to your iPod wirelessly? Do you speak to your radio to play music or map a navigation route? If your answer is no, then come see Audio Midwest's large selection of iPod-ready Bluetooth radios. From mild to wild, Audio Midwest can upgrade your system to a ground-pounding monster. Come see why Audio Midwest is Stillwater's best choice in car audio and high-tech toys. Audio Midwest at Perkins and Lakeview.
Hard work, dedication, tradition, and proven results. That's Cowboy Wrestling, and that's the law firm of Martin, Gene, and Jackson. That commitment to excellence has served the Cowboy Wrestling program for more than 70 years, and it has done the same for Martin, Gene, and Jackson. Martin, Gene, and Jackson has offices in Ponca City, Tulsa, and Stillwater. Our Stillwater office recently moved into the historic James E. Berry House at 502 South Duck Street. Visit our website at mjjlawfirm.com or call us at 405-377-5000. Team's always striving to be the very best. That's the Cowboys, and that's Martin, Gene, and Jackson.
Budweiser knows your friends are counting on you. So, we want you to remember to make a plan to make it home every time you go out. Do whatever it takes to get home safely. Call a friend, arrange for a cab, or designate a driver. Because friends are waiting.
When you come home to me.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Our members asked and we listened. Auto loans are now starting as low as 1.99% APR for the rest of the year. You are getting the car you need at the value you want. Visit CUIntouch.com for all the details. University and Community Federal Credit Union.
Loan is subject to credit approval. A lien filing fee will be required. Must be 18 or older to apply. Assumes auto is new or less than 1 year old. Payment percentage rate effective as of 9/21/2015 and subject to change without notice. APR assumes 700 or higher credit score. Loan proceeds cannot be used to refinance an existing University and Community Federal Credit Union loan.
The voice of OSU Cowboys sports since 1947. Hot 93.7 KSPI FM, Stillwater.
Rexo Roger Moore back waiting from Gallagher Iba Arena. Oklahoma State and North Carolina State about ready to wrestle. The Cowboys in the familiar orange singlets today as we prepare to get underway. The Wolfpack and the Cowboys again. Oklahoma State 2-1, ranked number 4 in the nation under 25th year head coach John Smith. North Carolina State ranked number 13, 8-0 under 4th year head coach Pat Papalizia, a former Oklahoma State Cowboy wrestler.
Obi Blanc also over there on the staff. A little international recognition. It's the highest level of freestyle and getting Rex. It's going to be a good doing. This is an energetic crowd already. You can tell they're kind of filing in here and they're looking for a good afternoon. Last week was a good match with Minnesota, but this could be a little bit more high scoring, a little more Pac-12 football versus a Big Ten football.
Wolfpack decked out in fancy looks in silver type singlets today. Have a big wolf on the right hip. Wolfpack emblazoned along the chest there. An NC State logo on the left thigh, and the Cowboys again with the traditional orange singlet. There's a shot in underneath as we're underway. The referee today, Josh Briscoe. Our duel underway at 125 pounds. Eddie Clamari in underneath. Gets it on the single leg. Sean Fowles is the 125-pounder, redshirt freshman for NC State. Clamari in deep on the left leg, but not able to finish as Fowles gets the hips back and able to get the leg free.
Out of Kentucky. Used to have a decent program there. A lot of Division I guys coming out of Kentucky these days, but Pat Papalizio is recruiting a big region down there.
The Ricky Delgado, is that who I think about all the time? Delgado, that's right. There's a little fireman's and almost a takedown, but one a recovery by Fowles. A bit a while, but I think of Kentucky, that's the name that comes to mind. Ricky Delgado. The edge of the mat. Off the edge of the mat.
Had a pretty good heavyweight as well. Harold Smith or somebody. They came in here and wrestled Leroy Smith in early 80s. One of my first duels I ever went to was Kentucky and Oklahoma State.
Two wrestlers head-to-head, no score. Eddie's been pretty aggressive here already. Gotten on the leg a couple of times. And hit a little short fireman's there a moment ago, but again, a great recovery on both occasions. Eddie, the Cowboy senior out of Illinois. But no score. 1:35, clock running, first period. Fowles more of the tall, angular 125-pounder. And a little more muscular, about built a little lower to the ground anyway. Collar ties, a little push and shove going on. Eddie came out again, was aggressive early, but couldn't finish. Even though he got to that leg and hit that little short fireman's, what he said a moment ago, looked good. But not able to finish it. Moving down toward 1 minute to go, first period. That 100 year of OSU wrestling logo on the right thigh of those orange singlets down with the OSU brand on the left thigh. There's Clamari again in on the single. Gets the right leg wrapped up and a hip lock stuck in as they are on the mat. Fowles with that hip lock dug in there trying to fight him off. 35 seconds to go first period. Eddie again's got that right leg wrapped up, and right now his head right down forehead on the mat. That hip lock. Not able to get any leverage to pick it up.
Yeah, going to the single leg attack is going to be tough to finish, as it usually is in these long, as it can wrap you up. A little strength there, too. Fowles getting that lofty 9-1 record against some Division II competition, but he's showing right here through one period that it's somebody to watch. Only a redshirt freshman.
In fact, he looks bigger than 125 just looking at it from here.
Every bit of 125.
Right, there's a shot in underneath by Fowles. Really haven't seen much. He's been playing mostly defense, but a little half shot there. The time runs out. First period, no score. So the second period, Sean Fowles, the redshirt freshman from North Carolina State, in the down position. Scoreless first period. 3 minutes in period number one. Both been on their feet. Nothing happened score-wise. So period number two, 2 minutes. Fowles in the down position, and Lamar immediately bars up the arm on the right side. A little spiral ride, running the left arm back through the crotch, and keeping the pressure up on that upper body. But now Fowles to his feet. Eddie hanging on that waist and lets him go, and it's 1-0.
The beauty of sports, right? You look at the roster, the guy's 9-1. He's out of Kentucky. He's a freshman. Cowboys got a senior and All-American. You think, well, you got to go out and pin this guy, get bonus points. But, again, beauty of sport. Now it's about winning the tough match because obviously Fowles showing he's come here to compete.
You never know. There's a shot. Lamar, again, looked good from the outset. Nice setup. Little had the head wrapped up, reached in and got in on that right leg behind the knee. But not able to pick that leg up. Nice setup, but Eddie's had 2 or 3 of those, just not able to finish. 1 minute to go, second period. F-A-U-S-Z, Sean Fowles for NC State. There's Eddie again on the single. Gets the right leg tied up. Fowles back over the top. Eddie hits, comes out with that Fireman's again. He grabbed the elbow, but again, Fowles does not go down. Kind of falls on his left hip, wraps that hip lock in there, and gets to the edge of the man again. Boy, he gets that hip lock in there. He is cranking. Eddie kicks over the top, hooks the leg as he has that left arm up around the back and around the head, but Eddie then goes to the headlock, but too late.
Now, Fowles has done some homework there. Off that single-leg attack, Eddie kind of goes to that little short fireman from time to time. And him and Papalicia have been looking at some film and said, hey, be ready for this. And Fowles has blocked it a couple of times. Good technique from Clamara, but it seems like Fowles is aware of it and counted it pretty well.
And Eddie, again, has been aggressive, just not able to finish. It's this long, tall 125-pounder from North Carolina State. Time running out in the second period, and Eddie takes a glance at the Cowboy bench. The time runs out, and it's 1-0. Fowles leading over Clamar. He'll be down here in the third period.
And you got to figure these long, lanky wrestlers are going to be pretty good from the top position. Be careful here. It's going to be a leg rider. Or, again, those 4-point turns these days, certainly a difference maker, but then you got to get them out and continue to attack. Don't panic.
Clamar down 1-0. And Fowles, you kind of get the feeling this is what he likes to do. He likes to get those long arms and legs on you and keep you down on the mat. Eddie trying to get to his feet. Eddie reaches up, grabs the head. Fowles trying to grab him around. Eddie going to pull him off the top. Almost had to reverse him, but he'll settle for the escape. That Fowles kid is tough. I thought he was going to get reversed, maybe to his back, and he winds up only giving up 1 point. Eddie's looks like he's had him, again, dead to rights a few times on a move here and there, but the kid able to recover. It's 1-1. Fowles trying to run the legs in, and Eddie just beat him to the punch. Eddie hits a crocodile roll as Fowles got in on the leg. Eddie shoots back underneath, grabs an ankle. Fowles trying to reach over the top. Eddie laying in underneath. He's hanging on to that right leg. Fowles has him locked around the chest. Eddie underneath still hanging on to that leg. The official looking down there. Papalizio and his coaches, they want the they want the takedown there. Now they're going to give it to him.
I don't know if it changed.
They give him the takedown, and Clamar goes off the edge of the mat. 36 seconds to go. Now trailing 3-1.
Well, that came off for Eddie, kind of checking the clock. Glance over, and as he did that, Fowles boom. long arms, dove in there and got to the legs, and then won a scramble there. Nothing really changed it for about 30 seconds, and Briscoe awarded fouls takedown, probably rightly so. I mean, he earned that takedown, I think. So Eddie's got to battle back here.
35 seconds remaining. Lamar on his knees. Eddie trying to get to his feet. Fouls has him locked up underneath the arm, up around the head. Eddie, 22 seconds to go, is out with the escape. Now Eddie around behind, has the takedown. Granby roll. They roll off the far side edge of the mat. So into the reversal. I thought they gave him the escape and the takedown. No, they're going to, yeah, they did. Escape, takedown immediately, 4-3 Clamara. Wow. 4-3 Clamara. It was an escape and a takedown. All happened in a heartbeat. Yeah, referee's telling me, saying we gave him the escape and the takedown. Papalizio saying it was just a reversal.
Now they separated. As they spun out of there, boom, they separated. And as he turned back, they went face to face, kind of chest to chest, but boom, we'll go behind for that takedown. So I think this will call may stand. But then again, seen some crazy calls the last couple days. Official read no offsides or
right.
Carolina squad last night. So you never know what you're gonna see when you look at the old video.
Well, obviously, NC State folks, they just want a straight-up reversal. It happened in a hurry, but the way I saw it was an escape, an immediate takedown. But then I wasn't sure as far as waiting for the official to give me the exact.
Heck of a job by Eddie, too, though. Yeah. Battling, got taken after a long scramble there and burned some groceries. Taken down, you're on the mat, final 30 seconds. Gets to his feet, turns back in, gets the escape, like you said, and then boom. Goes right into a little chain wrestling, gets into a takedown. So, official review, is it either going to be 3-3 or 4-3? Heck of a match, though. Remember, Sean Faust, again, come here to wrestle, and a good-looking young 125-pounder coming into an All-American senior's house. Chance to win a match, and obviously setting the tone for what could be a very entertaining afternoon, Rexall.
No doubt. Get Clamara. Say, pushed to the limit, showed that great tenacity there. I'm down, I got to do something. Got the escape, and then as soon as he, escaped, from my vantage point, immediately, a half a second later, he was in, around behind, and got the takedown. And as soon as he got the takedown, fouls hit the Granby. I mean, they immediately, just as they hit the mat, it all happened in a hurry. But Eddie was ready for it. You can see he rolled right with him off the edge of the mat. And then the NC State coaching staff saying, hey, wait a minute. That should just be 2 points, not 3. Just a reversal, not an escape, and a takedown. John Smith over here checking the riding time clock. 27 seconds is all that's on the scoreboard in favor.
Just a reversal.
They're just going to give him the 2 points. 2-point reversal. So no takedown. It was just a straight-up reversal. Clamara's tied it up. It's 3-3. That changes the scenario. 16 seconds to go. Faust turns in. Clamara drops in underneath and grabs the leg. Now Eddie's got both ankles tied up, trying to hang on. He'll draw a warning with 7 seconds remaining. So Clamara will have to keep this man down for 7 seconds to get into overtime. Don't want to give up the escape. And a caution on the NC State wrestler. Sean Fowles moved a little early.
Oh,
and now the caution on the top man. Everybody's nervous. 7 seconds remaining. 3-3 tied score. Fowles in the down position. Gets to his feet. Eddie Clamara trips him back to the mat. Fowles back to his feet. 2 seconds. Hits a Granby. Eddie rolls with him. Time runs out. We're going to head to overtime.
Well, couldn't start it any better here. 21-21 after the first quarter in a football game.
So, overtime. 1 minute on the clock.
Eddie has been warned, so he's got to stay in there. Going back up.
A little shot there. We're trying a little arm drag maybe. It was fouled, but he was off balance. 45 seconds to go in the first overtime period. Both men on their feet. Nothing happens here. We'll go to the 30-second tiebreakers. There's a shot in there. Clemara got in on the double momentarily. Now spins. Takedown. Clemara to win the match. Hello. Made the initial shot. Looked like he was going to get countered. Then he countered right into the takedown. And an overtime win for Eddie Clemara. And the Cowboys lead the duel 3-0. Back in one moment. This is Cowboy Wrestling for Learfield Sports.
Once on a safari, Calvin Anthony was riding in a Jeep that accidentally ran over a large jungle cat. And at that moment, it just simply came to him, Tiger Drug. And of course, the rest is history. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut. At Tiger Drug, we realize there are a lot of things that are more exciting than pharmacy, like needlepoint, chess, solitaire, or changing the oil in your car. But there's more to life than excitement. See for yourself. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut.
A well-rounded staff with former Oklahoma State and University of Oklahoma wrestlers headed by former Cowboy All-American Hardell Moore. The Oklahoma Wrestling Academy in Edmond is in the business of building champions on and off the mat. From running that first double leg takedown to advanced freestyle and Greco technique, the staff of the OWA wants to make you a better wrestler. The Edmond facility is also a regional training center for cadets and juniors in Greco and freestyle with coaches to fit all styles and levels. Visit our website at OklahomaWrestlingAcademy.com or call us at 405-778-1975. The OWA, building champions.
Welcome back, Gallagher Arena. Not a bad opening act for our festivities today.
How's that for a starter? Senior All-American again. Pushed to the limit by a guy that we knew nothing about. Sean Faust, kid out of Kentucky, redshirt freshman. Comes in and wrestles his butt off, and Eddie pulled one out of the fire. Had a 1-point lead, but the review is at the reverse. You're tied up. You get into overtime, and Eddie scores a huge takedown. Grand scheme of things, that could be huge in this duel meet, but also a preview as to what's in store. This could be a very entertaining and exciting afternoon. The Cowboys pull one out at 125.
3-0, Cowboys on top as we move to 133. Brian Crutchmer going to go today for the Cowboys against Jamal Morris, another redshirt freshman for NC State.
Now, Brian, we've seen him the last couple of years. In and out of the lineup. Thicker. I've seen him a couple of years, too. Muscle, and always been very a scrapper, but again, had difficulties last year wrestling in dual meets, but again, a chance for him to impress the coaches and do something here.
Well, Morris, another, I tell you what, I thought the last guy was tall. He's a long, tall, I tell you what. And there's a little pass by. Got in underneath the arms there. He's trying to set up an upper body situation, Jamal Morris, and then he just, again, just pulled him forward. Stepped around behind him and scored the takedown. Jamal Morris, again, he is tall and rangy, long arms, long legs, and Crutchmer's behind 2-0. They go off the edge of the mat.
Well, if that's something to do with Pat Popolita, not a big physical 84-97 pounder, but a long, rangy guy that was very good on top. He's recruiting athletes that wants to be like him, I guess, or guys that he can teach his techniques. And, you know, he was a little bit undersized for weight class he was in, but very
I'm not sure.
Long arms, long legs.
He looks about 6 foot tall from here, but I don't know. Maybe that's just compared to Crutchmer. Again, only 133 pounds. The weight class we're at. But he is one tall, long-legged, long-armed individual. Jamal Morrison, he's got a 2-0 lead on the whistle. Again, this wraps those legs inside, up around the head of Crutchmer. Got a cradle hooked up. Again, you got to watch for that anyway. Doesn't have it hooked up yet. But you get that knee and that head too close together, you get a feeling that there's a cradle waiting to happen. Got to be careful with that. Stalemate called by the official. 1:21 to go. We're in the first period. Jamal Morris of NC State, a 2-0 lead. Again, the Cowboys winning the opening match in thrilling fashion in overtime. Eddie Clemara, the winner, 5-3. And again, the whistle blows. On bar, long arms wrapped around it. Got the double arm bar. Now runs the left leg in, does Morris. Crutchmer grabs him up around the back of the head there. He's underneath there. At the figure four around that left leg, draped across the back crossbody right, but Brian Crutchmer reached back, got him around the back of the head. He might be able to pull him off the top or do something. Working on that far side arm again is Jamal Morris, and he's run at well over a minute and a half riding time already. Working on 2. The official's going to stop it here, cause potentially dangerous situation as he was going to run that chicken wing in on the far side.
We've been saying it for years, Rex. It's just against these guys that like to use those legs, that first move off the whistle is so important. Keeping those elbows in and getting those feet out of there and legs out of there and blocking. These guys like to run those legs, and you got to get that first move off the whistle. But, of course, now you've got that delay with the full 1 second count, so sometimes it's hard to anticipate the whistle and get you a head start. These guys are good from the top. And, this position will be so key this year with that 4-point near fall. The guys that are proficient on top win a lot of matches.
Well, again, there's nothing Crutchmer can do. That whistle blows that left. Again, he runs that leg in on you, and he's just hanging all the way on the other side of you. The long body of his. And Crutchmer's just had no chance to even get to his feet. He's going to be down again as we start period number 2.
Again, first move. See what Morris decides to do. He's already got the riding time built up. You think he may catch and release, but he's going to go to work on top again.
2 minutes and 20 seconds of riding time, and he continued to build on that. The redshirt freshman Jamal Morris against Cowboy Jr. Brian Crutchmer.
Had a chance right there to possibly burst out of there, but kind of froze when he had Morris on his hip off to the side a little bit. So
Morris quickly recovers. Goes through the crotch, bars that right wrist. Again, has that left leg hooked up. Now flattens him out on the mat. Brian Crutchmer, he's got an 8-1 record so far on the season, but right now trailing 2-0. There's a stalling warning underneath on the Cowboy Junior and the Tulsa Union. Brian gets his knees under him momentarily, but again, got to be careful. This guy, that because again, you just get the feeling you knee your head too. It doesn't have to be that close. With those long arms, he can slap a cradle on you. It looks like in a hurry. And of course, Crutchmer aware of that, but he has not been close just to standing up at this point. Morris just all over him. Crutchmer glances over the Cowboy bench, but not a lot of help over there. It's a team sport, but really you're out there all alone by all rights. On the whistle. And again, right straight to his stomach goes Crutchmer. Morris bars the arm on the left side, then to the right side. Jumps from one side to the other. Hooks the leg again. Over 4 minutes of riding time. And a 2-0 lead. And Crutchmer, like I say, he's gotten his knees under him a couple times. That's about it. That's been it. He gets ridden in the entire second period. Again, it's a 2-0 lead for Jamal Morris of NC State. He's got 4 minutes of riding time. Crutchmer going to go down again. My, oh my. Been on bottom for most of the match, 90% of it to this point. And he's underneath again on the whistle. Tied waist slapped on him. Morris took top, and then Crutchmer goes ahead and takes the down position, hoping to get an escape point. Set him up an opportunity to maybe score a takedown and tie it up, but he has not been close to get him to his feet. There's a double chicken wing. Morris now going to walk it up toward the head, trying to turn him over. He's got the double chicken wing hooked up. Crutchmer able to get the left arm free. Morris headed toward 5 minutes of riding time. 1:22 to go. We're in the third period. Score is still 2-0. If Crutchmer can somehow get away or turn this into a reversal and some back points, he easily could win. But can he get away? So far, resounding no. 5:14 riding time. And counting. 1 minute. Crutchmer flat on his chest. Again, chicken wing stuck in on the left side by Jamal Morse. "40 seconds remaining. When Morse rides him out, he'll ride him for 6 of the 7 minutes of the match.
You don't see that very often. Mark Branch stuff.
There's a point there for a second stalling call on Brian Crutchmer underneath. Right there, over 6 minutes of riding time. 15 seconds to go, 3-0 score on the board. And Crutchmer just, again, now he's just worn out, and the time runs out. 6:17, the exact riding time, 6:17. And a 4-0 win for Jamal Morris of NC State. And the duel is all tied up here at Gallagher-Iba. Our score is 3-3. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
The voice of OSU Cowboy sports since 1947. Hot 93.7 KSPI FM. Stillwater.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens, has created the perfect bottle for whatever happens. The Bud Light Cool Twist aluminum bottle. It's made of 100% chill-holding aluminum, so you know it's cold. It's tall and sleek, so it's refreshing. And here comes a twist. It's reclosable, so you know it's always up for whatever. The Bud Light Cool Twist aluminum bottle.
Just bring it.
Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Debbie, owner and pharmacist of Charlie's Discount Drug, inviting you to check out our everyday fast and friendly service. Did you know that most prescription co-payments are the same no matter where you go? At Charlie's Discount Drug, we value our customers, and we believe our fast and friendly service sets us apart. So come in today and see why our customers prefer Charlie's Discount Drug. At Charlie's Discount Drug, we believe in discounting prices without discounting service. 723 South Walnut in Stillwater.
Rex and Roger back with you from Gallagher-Iba Arena. Our duel is all tied up at 3-3. And now we move to 141, our feature bout of the day. Dean Howell, number 1 ranked Cowboy at 6-0, his sophomore. Meeting number 2 ranked Kevin Jack, a sophomore for NC State, off to a 2-0 start. And again, they just keep getting taller as we move through the weight classes.
A couple All-Americans here, both placed as freshmen, so they're going to be going at it for the next couple of years. We have a preview of the big stage this year, possibly. New York City, Madison Square Garden. Long ways between now and then, but the rankings show right now these are the top 2 guys.
They took a little shot there, did not get there.
Brewer from OU went up for the All-Star duel, but he's down back at 33, lost in the finals in Vegas yesterday.
There's a single leg takedown for Kevin Jack of NC State. Got right in on that right leg of Dean Howell. Takes him to the mat. Howell is out with the escape. But Kevin Jack fires the first salvo with the takedown. Dean Howell with the escape. It's 2-1.
Dean looked very good against Thorne from Minnesota. Another young 41-pounder last week.
Howell takes a little shot there. Blocked off. 2-1 the score. Kevin Jack with the lead. 1.5 minutes gone in period number 1. I don't know if it's just a pattern. Like Joe Wickline's offensive linemen all looked alike, but a lot of these wrestlers are so similarly built.
Probably just had some kind of a cloning machine going on or something.
The basketball game breaks out, we're in trouble. I promise you that. NC State's got the edge there. As there is a 2-1 lead here. Dean trying a little 2-on-1 arm tie, trying something. Now he takes a shot in and scores a takedown. Trying to get his hips back. I tell you what, Kevin Jack kind of overreacted, wound up giving up 2. And immediately, Dean gives up the escape, and it's 3-3.
Pretty even opening 3 minutes there. Both guys, good shots, long-range shots. Good footwork, quickness. Boom, 3-3, even Steven.
Eight seconds remaining in the first period. And the time runs out in period number 1.
Jack out of Danbury, Connecticut. He's still a lot of guys on the medal stand from Connecticut.
And he'll be in the down position, Kevin Jack of NC State.
Of course, Dean from Ohio, certainly a hotbed for high school and college wrestling.
On the whistle, getting to his feet, and then a spin move, and right back in underneath is Jack. Getting up to his feet, scoring it'll be a reversal. He had the escape, but just as he was breaking free, he spun right back in underneath. Caught Dean a little flat-footed and finishes it off with a reversal, leading now 5-3. Dean a little set out. He's out, scores the escape, and it's 5-4.
First 1 to 10.
Could be one of those Big 12 football scores. Well, not really, but 5-4 right now.
You see a little defense here maybe sometimes. Now, that time Dean just, again, like you said, right, flat-footed, not aware, not doing his scouting enough, and Jack, a little spin move. It doesn't work all the time, but when you catch a guy asleep with the wheel sometimes, boom, it works.
Back in the center of the mat 1 minute to go in the second period. Kevin Jack reaches in underneath, grabs an ankle. Howell shoots back over the top, grabs an ankle. Got a scramble going on. Howell trying to work it into a counter this into a takedown. Has the leg, has the takedown, trying to get back points out of it. Nice recovery, Dean Howell. And kind of a slow motion takedown. It looked like Jack was going to get the takedown. He got to the leg, and it looks like slow to react, it appeared, Dean Howell. And by the time he got to the leg, Dean, of course, counters it into a 2 points. A 2-point score for himself, a 2-point takedown, 6-5. Our score.
Maybe a little bit more horsepower right there, and showing the Dean again. Got to a position of strong hips. A horse back into Jack and nearly put him on his back.
17 seconds remaining in period number 2. A 1-point lead for Dean Howell of Oklahoma State. Reaches down, grabs the ankle. Quick little set out, trying to hit that switch. Jack gets to his feet. Dean has him around the waist, picks him up, trying to pick him up. Does pick him up, can't get him back down on the mat. Now they hit the mat, trying to hit that switch again. Here's Jack, and the time will run up. High with a 6-5 lead, and 2 big minutes remaining.
Boy, just good action, Rex. Good wrestling. Couple guys, good technique. 2 minutes on the clock. We'll see who's got what's left in the gas tank here. Fighting for number 1 in December.
Dean Howell in the down position, leading 6-5. Dean trying to get to his feet. Trips back to the mat. Now kind of sits out there. Now spins out and scores the escape. Dean Howell 7-5 lead. Riding time not a factor. At least not yet. 32 seconds on the riding time clock. And that is in favor of Dean Howell. 2 wrestlers circling back to the center of the mat. Dean trying to hit a little duck. Doesn't quite work. Very cautious with that. There's a shot in on the single leg again as Jack gets in on the left leg. Dean shoots back over the top, grabs an ankle. Got another scramble going on. Dean upside down, hanging on to the leg. Now they hit the man again. Dean trying to bridge his hips back into him. This time, Jack able to come out of it with the takedown. 7-7 score. Knee getting twisted up there. The official will stop it. Potentially dangerous. 1:01 remaining. And we got a 7-7 score on the board.
Similar situation there as Jack got to the leg again, but that time he boomed. Little up out, got to his feet and didn't let Dean scramble out of there and get his own takedown. Good job by Jack recognizing and kind of coaching on the fly himself.
And there's going to go ahead and give Dean Howell the escape. Jack says, just give him the point. We'll go back on our feet. It's 8-7 Howell. And we got a thrilling finish in this one in store. It appears 50 seconds remaining. Duel tied at 3-3, third bout of the afternoon. 141 pounds, Dean Howell and Kevin Jack. There's a shot by Dean. Shoots in on the double leg. They hit the mat. Howell's got the takedown. Jack back to his feet. Howell has him around the waist. Leading 10-7. There's a stalling warning on Dean Howell.
Got to get him back to the mat here.
Get him back to the mat. He picks the leg up. Trying to trip the man to the mat. Not able to do so. Goes outside of the circle. 13 seconds remaining. Long-range shot. Howell leading 10-8. 10-8. Dean Howell with the lead. Riding time, no factor. 5 seconds to go. Off the edge of the mat.
Nice third period.
Crowd coming to their feet at Gallagher Arena. That'll do it. No rounding time. 10-8. Another tough bout won by the Cowboys and Dean Howell. The Cowboys regain the dual lead 6-3. Your score back in a moment. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
The Oklahoma State wrestling team is committed to excellence, and so is the law firm of Martin, Jean, and Jackson. Our 7 attorneys, including senior partner Paul Martin, a former OSU All-American, have over 75 years of combined experience in injury law and have a proven track record for results. Martin, Jean, and Jackson has offices in Ponca City, Tulsa, and Stillwater. Come visit our new Stillwater office in the historic James E. Berry House at 502 South Duck, or call us at 405-377-5000. That's Martin, Jean, and Jackson, attorneys at law, mjjlawfirm.com.
Teresa with Wilson's inviting you to come experience Stillwater's new GM headquarters. Wilson's now can service your Buick and GMC vehicles too. We've changed a few things to make sure your service experience is the absolute best ever. See, at Wilson's, we understand your vehicle is an investment. We want you to have the peace of mind of knowing that we will be here to take care of any service needs too. www.wilsongm.com.
We got the deals that put you behind the wheel. Wilson Chevrolet, Stillwater.
Back with you at Gallagher Arena. Rex Hill, Roger Moore, as we again have a heck of a duel going on. Cowboys lead the duel 6-3. All the bouts, well, at least 125, 141. The Cowboys won them both, but in thrilling fashion. 5-3 in overtime for Eddie Clamara. And then moments ago, Dean Howell, a 10-8 win over number 2 ranked Kevin Jack. Dean Howell again a late takedown to pull that one out of the fire. And then we now move to 149 pounds. Sam Malikian going for North Carolina State, a sophomore 4-2 against the Cowboy squadman, Mr. Davey Dolan, getting the call today.
A heck of a match there, 141. Congratulations to Dean Howell. Number 2 guy, 10-8 with a third period scramble. Heck of a match here. A big match here again. Malikian, a guy getting out of the lineup a couple years ago, nearly beat Josh Kindig during his NCAA finals year at the scuffle.
Dolan, a sophomore out of Berry Hill, Oklahoma.
Davey was starting the year last year at 141 until Dean moved up, took the spot. So Davey, another guy, kind of like Crutchmer, Brian. Now the lineup has some experience, but got to watch out. Malikian, a guy that very athletic, can score some points and could do some goofy things, being from Pennsylvania. A broken record when you say that, but then again, cement mixers and some of the stuff those guys do, if you're not aware, it will burn you in a heartbeat.
Dolan takes a shot in underneath, slaps the knee, but backs out of there. Now hitting a duck under is Malikian. And both sophomores.
Actually, I say New York. He's from New York. Yeah, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Those 3 states, region of the country, very similar.
We are, again, in the 4th bout of 10. Cowboys lead the duel 6-3. Rex O, Roger Moore with you from Gallagher-Iba Arena. Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling. Final home duel before the holiday break for the Cowboys. They'll be at Oklahoma down in Norman next Sunday at 2 o'clock.
It'll be an interesting duel as well. The Sooners very strong at the Vegas Invitational, top 4 finish. Beat Michigan, so that turned into a Cowboys big favorite, so that's going to be a heck of a duel as well. A lot of good teams this year.
John said Tuesday night on the coach, there's a duck hunter to takedown from Malikian. Get that thing slick. A quick duck, and I mean all the way around behind Dolan in a hurry. Take him right to the mat. That's John about OU's so far, their performance so far, and he said my schedule just got double tough.
Yeah.
So the way they are wrestling down there under Mark Cody, off to a great start, and obviously a much improved team, stronger team. Getting to his feet, Dolan, but Malikian able to pick that right leg up, trying to trip him back down to the mat. Does so. Dolan weighed in here along with Johnson Blaylock. Malikian weighed in with a guy named Bo Donahue. The both teams with a couple of wrestlers weighed in here at 149. Anthony Konica. You saw him last week. He, again, like he was headed to overtime and tweaked his ankle the last few seconds of that match. Wound up giving up, had to take a timeout, penalty or injury timeout. It cost him a point and ultimately cost him that match and not able to go today. But it's apparently not an overly serious injury. Because there was a question that he might be able to go today. I mean, he was close, but not quite ready. What period in the books?
Again, yeah, Rex, December. No reason to chance it. I'm sure he's healthy because he got a match with OU. Scuffle coming up, and of course the always tough spring semester. Want to make sure he's good to go because the Cowboys are going to make a run. They certainly need Anthony Kolik, one of the top 8-10 guys in the country.
There's the escape for Davey Dolan, just underway at period number 2, and it's a 2-1 lead. Sam Milliken. Let me get that out. Malikian. With a 2-1 lead, the riding time holding at 58 seconds currently for the NC State wrestler. And it's a busy singlet that they wear at NC State. Little head snap. Dolan had him on the mat for a moment. Let's see if he could go maybe left or right, get around behind the man. But Malikian with the recovery. And Dolan again has the head tied up from the front side, reaches in, slaps the leg, but backs out of there in a hurry. Seconds remaining in the second period. Malikian with a 2-1 lead. Cowboys leading the duel against 6-3. And trying to hit a little duck again. Malikian, he worked that for a takedown earlier. Not this time.
Kind of got a theme going here, Rex. 125, we got chaos. 133, we kind of got a slow-moving match. 141, we got some chaos. Now back to 149, we got a little bit of a slow-moving match again. So alternating between fireworks and not quite watching paint dry, but not a lot of activity there in that second period by either man.
Yeah, Malikian hit that opening duck for the takedown. That's been about it. 2 periods in the books and a 2-1 lead for the man from NC State. Get a referee today, Josh Briscoe, on the whistle at the top position. Dolan got the first move. Now Malikian slowly gets to his feet. Dolan hanging around on the right side there. Has him around the waist, has the arm barred. Now trying to drop down on a leg. Cannot get the leg picked up. There's a one-point escape, and Malikian right back in underneath on the single leg. Dolan shoots back the other way, grabs a leg, so scramble going on. Both men hanging on to a leg. Looking for an advantage. Malikian, though, winds up with a takedown. Dolan tried to turn it into a scramble, but not able to do so. So it's 5-1, the lead on the Wolfpack. Dolan's out with the escape. It's 5-2. Riding time right now holding at 56 seconds. Right at the edge of the mat. Dolan reaches in, trying to grab an ankle, not able to pick it up. 40 seconds. Dolan again takes a shot underneath, blocked off. The kid has a little front head and arm locked up, works his way around the outside. Dolan hits a Granby off the edge of the mat, no takedown.
Good counter there from Dolan, who's looking at everything done correctly, but on the edge of the mat, Dolan standing Granby gets out of there, so still in this thing. Gotta make something happen in a hurry, though.
25 seconds remaining, the two men on their feet. Dolan takes a long-range shot underneath there, at least reaching underneath there, trying to grab a leg, didn't get it. Underhook. Malikian is hanging there at the moment, letting the clock run out. Dolan hit a little high crotch there, gets it on the leg, but the time runs out. No riding time. 5-2 will be your final score in favor of Sam Milliken of North Carolina State. And our duel is all tied up once again at 6-6. We'll move to 157 after this timeout. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Oklahoma State Cowboys are known for winning. And with 4 thrilling locations, so is Seven Clans Casinos. That's why Seven Clans is proud to sponsor OSU Athletics. With thousands of today's hottest games, irresistible dining, and star-studded entertainment, the winning possibilities are endless. Here's to a winning season on and off the field. Go Pokes! Seven Clans Casinos. Don't miss a second.
Our members asked and we listened. Auto loans are now starting as low as 1.99% APR for the rest of the year. You are getting the car you need at the value you want. Visit CUIntouch.com for all the details. University and Community Federal Credit Union.
Loan is subject to credit approval. A lien filing fee will be required. Must be 18 or older to apply. Assumes auto is new or less than 1 year old. Annual percentage rate effective as of 9/21/2015 and subject to change without notice. APR assumes 700 or higher credit score. Loan proceeds cannot be used to refinance an existing University and Community Federal Credit Union loan.
Rex and Roger back with you. Gallagher-Iba Arena, Oklahoma State, North Carolina State. We got a tight matchup through 4 bouts. We're all tied up at 6-6. Moving to 157 pounds for the Cowboys. It will be the redshirt freshman Chance Marsteller at 5-3. And it'll be Tommy Gant for NC State, ranked number 8 in the country, the senior 2-0.
Yeah, they're all big from this point forward, Rex. Obviously 2-2 so far, and NC State has won 2 of the 3 toss-ups. And again, obviously the favorite here just because it's got some experience, it's ranked, but we know the story of Chance Marshall. Just wait for him to get over the hump, do something to show us why he was the top recruit in America a couple years ago. He's not done that so far. A tough loss last week against Minnesota. Kingsley, a guy that you'd just on paper, you think 9 times out of 10 Marcelo would put on his back and pin him, but Chance still trying to find his way. Be a good start here against a guy ranked in the top 10 in the country and in a big dual meet.
And we're back again. Malikian was a normal-looking wrestler as far as his, a little thicker and those sorts of things. But again, we're back to another very tall, slender, long arm, long leg wrestler here in Tommy Gant.
Marcelo will never get mistaken for a tall wrestler, that's for sure. I guess you'd say vertically challenged.
Right,
thick in the legs, and
he definitely is thick in that lower body, no doubt. There's a long-range shot. McGann didn't get there. But again, a lot of fifth bout, and 4 of them have been built along these lines for Pat Papalizio and company, the tall, angular wrestler. Carl Lyons and Mark Branch come to mind here also. But used to seeing more of the thickly muscled, lower to the ground kind of guys, and usually in this sport. But it's a sport for everybody. No score right now. We have wrestled a couple of minutes and 10 seconds already. A little 2-on-1 arm tie. Trying a little leg sweep there was Gant. Now he takes a long-range shot, gets it on the leg. Marsteller gets a hip lock stuck in on the left side. Gets the leg free. 30 seconds to go. Chance has not been aggressive at all. He's just kind of been holding his own and playing defense. 20 seconds to go. Where's Marsteller trying to shoot a takedown? Or haven't seen anything of that realm. At 10 seconds. Again, back in underneath on the single. Again, gets right in and round behind and scores the takedown. 3 seconds to go in the period. And Tommy Gant scores the takedown on Chance Marsteller. It's 2-0.
Nothing spectacular. Just kind of using that reach, a little bit of leverage. And again, if anybody deserved any points in that first period, probably Gant was more the aggressor, initiating the ties and a couple of things. But again, Chance just doesn't show much during the first 3 minutes. A little bit too much defense and just doesn't seem sure of himself. Can't fire a shot or trying to find his way here.
Drew a caution there for the top position. Marsteller in that top position, trailing 2-0. On the whistle. Gant slowly comes to his feet. Marsteller has him around the waist. Now he's just going to cut him loose. So 3-0. Tommy Gant, the senior from NC State, right back in on that. Was too easy.
Way too easy.
Scooped up the ankle and boom, right down to the mat. Marsteller went straight to the mat, and now he's hooking him up underneath the chin and rolling him over. Did he get a count? He did get a 2 count out of it. Gant now feeling it as he goes to 7-0. Gives Marsteller the escape, just pushes him away, and now he's smelling blood in the water as he shoots a double leg. Takes him right to the mat. Nine to 1, 9-2 now. Right back in underneath, around back, and again, just going into a domination mode is Tommy Gant. Gives up the escape again, right back in on the single leg. 50 seconds to go in the second period. Marsteller going to do the splits out there at the edge of the mat, trying to fight him off with a hip lock, but Gant trying to pull him back inside that circle and finish off another takedown. He has had a totally dominant second period. There's another takedown. Got the arms locked, those long arms around the waist. And Marsteller walking back to the center of the mat, down 13-3 after they gives him the escape point. 13-3. 30 seconds to go in the second period.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
15 seconds to go, period number 2. Marsteller reaches underneath, grabbed the ankle, but no leverage at all.
There's nothing there, Rex. There's no energy, no horsepower, nothing. He just kind of reaching and...
Yeah, this fell down again with his head on the mat, and he hooked the ankle, but... and it's another takedown for Gant on the counter.
5 takedowns and a 2-point near fall all in the second period.
15-4 is what all that adds up to in favor of Tommy Gant of North Carolina State.
You just never know, Rex. You just never know. There's obviously something going on physically, mentally, combination of all the above. But this is certainly not the Chance Marshall that did not lose a match in high school in Pennsylvania. I mean, Pennsylvania to go undefeated is unheard of. It's incredible.
Well, he's right now in the down position, and Gant's trying to end it early with a tech fall. He's up 15-4. Doesn't have riding time yet, but now there's a potentially dangerous hold as he was working on that left leg. 15-4. Tommy Gann of NC State dominating the festivities here. 157 pounds, trying to give the Wolfpack its first lead of the day. Cowboys have led twice. We've been tied twice. We're tied now at 6-6. But NC State getting ready to take that team lead, and maybe in bonus point fashion, it's 15-5 now. There goes Gann again, just a double underhook and a takedown, then the escape. 17-6. Now Marsteller showing signs of life. Digs an underhook in under that right shoulder. He kind of exerting himself here.
Yeah, Coach wants to review that last little sequence there. Again, kind of fell off the top there. I'm not sure if he quite had the takedown, but it was bang, bang. Takedown and escape immediately. So Coach John wants us to go to look at it and see if he can let Chance catch his breath. Or hard to explain, Rex. I mean,
right.
A lot of big-time recruits that have done a lot of things, but he's just not himself. Something's not right. He's so dominant in high school. Of course, he never cut weight in high school, wrestling up a couple of weights, and he's just that good. Instead of Pennsylvania and instead of one of the biggest recruits, the number one recruit in the country, bottom line. But well, Doug, we've talked about it over and over. There's just something, you feel bad for the kid. A little bit of pressure on him to come here and do some things because the Cowboys are expecting him to, when you recruit the top kid in the country, expect him to come right in and be an Alex Derringer or be somebody that's going to compete for championships and do certain things. But right now, he's just in trouble of not being in the lineup here for too long if he keeps wrestling like this. Bad performance last week and just hadn't shown anything today. Just absolutely is not no energy.
Well, I don't believe anything changed there. 17-6 the score. Both men on their feet. Tommy Gann does now have riding time of 1:02, and we've got less than a minute to go here in the third period.
Nothing against Tommy Gann either. I mean, the guy was top 10 in the country, but again, Marsteller just hadn't put up much of a fight here.
Yeah, there's not this big a gap.
Yeah, exactly.
Potentially between these two, but today there is a huge gap and a 17-6 lead for Gann with riding time. Although Marsteller here, I don't know, all of a sudden acting a little bit more involved in the last minute or so. Still may call by the official.
Aggressive with the collar ties and the hand fighting, but still, there's no real set up into any kind of an offense at all.
18 seconds remaining. Ten seconds. I think that's the end of it. 1:02 riding time, 18-6 will be the final score. A major decision for Tommy Gann. Gives NC State the lead at 10-6. Back in a moment. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
At Shelter Insurance, we could tell you that we insure thousands of homeowners, but what we couldn't tell you was their favorite room in the house. So we asked, is it your TV room with a 50-inch screen and the 50-yard line seats? Or is it the kitchen where all those terrific meals and conversations heat up? Or is it the deck where all those spectacular sunsets show up every night just like clockwork? The answer is all of the above.
Ask Shelter Insurance Agent Wendell Stevens about a free insurance review at 1313 North Perkins Road. Hard work, dedication, tradition, and proven results. That's Cowboy Wrestling, and that's the law firm of Martin, Jean, and Jackson. That commitment to excellence has served the Cowboy Wrestling program for more than 70 years, and it has done the same for Martin, Jean, and Jackson. Martin, Jean, and Jackson has offices in Ponca City, Tulsa, and Stillwater. Our Stillwater office recently moved into the historic James E. Berry House at 502 South Duck Street. Visit our website at mjjlawfirm.com or call us at 405-377-5000. Teams always striving to be the very best. That's the Cowboys, and that's Martin, Jean, and Jackson.
Well, we're done here today. You'll have your C-Star Management C-Star of the Day, brought to you by C-Star Management in Oklahoma City and in Stillwater. When you're in Stillwater, see Howard Offlegger, the president of C-Star Management and a former Cowboy wrestler. You need someone to buy, sell, or manage your property, see Howard or any of the folks in Stillwater or the Oklahoma City location. Here in Stillwater, 304 South Duck. In Oklahoma City, well, you can call those folks at 405-949-1404, 949-1404. In Stillwater, call them at 377-8740, 377-8740. Both cases, area code 405. Or check it all out online at c-star.com. C-Star Management, sponsor of our C-Star Star of the Day as we move to 165. There's a takedown for Derringer. Took the man right to his back. And a fall. Alex Derringer, Stacy Davis, and Derringer took him right to the mat, to his back.
Well, I was going to say last week it was Derringer and Crutchmer back-to-back. Got this crowd going, pick up a big dual victory. Right now, Derringer gets the fall, just an old classic drop. Davis a little bit too aggressive on trying to get a little upper body there. Went right to his back, got pinned. So like that, the crowd's back to life, and here we go. Crutchmer on cue right after Derringer.
And the Cowboys, a big 6 there. They take the lead right back at 12-10 on the fall by their All-American national champion, Alex Derringer, brings the crowd to their feet. We'll continue with more after we take a timeout. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Cowboy Nation, it's time to make some noise. Time to cheer louder. Wave your arm higher. Celebrate longer. A Mercy Clinic primary care doctor can give you the strength and energy to do more of what you love. Your Mercy Clinic doctor comes with a whole team of specialists, from sports medicine to sleep medicine. Find your Mercy Clinic doctor at mercy.net/doctors. At Mercy, your life is our life's work.
The Ranchers Club, Stillwater's finest restaurant, located in the newly renovated Atherton Hotel, offers impeccable steaks, gracious hospitality, and superb menu offerings. Whether you're enjoying our game day festivities or relaxing with that special someone during the week, the Ranchers Club will provide a memorable experience you will repeat time and again. Patio seating now available, and for students, meal plan and bursar is always accepted. For reservations, carry-out, and directions, call 744-BEEF or download the Ranchers Club app.
Didn't announce the time of the fall as everything happened in a hurry. We just got into the bout at 165, and Alex Derringer thrilling the crowd here with a fall. Then just kind of a overhook and round the head, and not sure. Was it almost a headlock, a lateral drop?
Oh, yeah, short combination. Short lateral drop.
Yeah, right. And taking Stacy Davis to his back, pinned him in 29 seconds. Alex Derringer, a 29-second fall. Cowboys lead 12-10. We have 4 bouts remaining. We're at 174. Kyle Crutchmer going for the Cowboys. And Max Roscoff, number 8 ranked man in the country at 165, moves up a weight. And another long, tall wrestler taking on Kyle Crutchmer, number 2 ranked Cowboys senior, 6-0, and he was the hero last Sunday against Minnesota. He was very aggressive last week. We see a lot of scoreless first periods with him and things of that nature, but came out, shot a takedown, didn't get it, shot another takedown, then went to the lateral drop, all in the first period. But for him, a very aggressive start last Sunday.
Yeah, showing some team leadership there. When the duel's on the line, you need bonus points. You need your big guys to step up, do what they're supposed to do. And Crutchmer sensed what needed to happen there. And without that pin, Cowboys go to the tiebreaker.
Double leg takedown, Crutchmer. And off the edge of the mat, again, a first period takedown. He's starting to, again, be more aggressive in the early period.
Well, his shooting percentage was always very high the first couple of years, but he never really shot. Did a lot of defense and won a lot of close, tough matches, but again, confidence is a wonderful thing. But hey, you can score when you shoot. You're athletic and physical enough, and go out there and score instead of winning these 2-1, 3-2 overtime matches. Go out there and pull out the big arm.
Kyle Crutchmer, of course, his brother Brian wrestled earlier in our duel, and he got beat by Jamal Morris 4-0, but 2 brothers on the mat, and that hasn't happened since 1992, December 19th, 1992, when Nick and Tony Perler, the Perler twins, wrestled against Clemson.
I would imagine you probably called that
match. Yes, I did call that match.
Many, many duels ago. Many moons, many duels.
Perler's out of St. Louis area. So we've had lots of great brother combos, and the Scoves come to mind.
Kellers.
Yeah, they weren't bad. Both outstanding wrestlers. The NCAA tournament. There's a long-range shot. Didn't get there that time. Roscoff. Kretschmer leading 2-1. 22 seconds remaining in the first period.
A big bout, big matchup here. Cowboys favored here, but last one they were favored in 84. Toss up, NC State favored in the last two, so Kyle's got to take care of business here.
Time runs out in the first period.
A lot of chasing there for the last minute and a half.
Kretschmer's got a 2-1 lead as we head to period number 2. And Kretschmer will be in the down position.
Derringer, 56 straight wins now. That first period pin.
And on to the second fall of the year for Alex Derringer. But it was big. In the down position, and Kretschmer immediately, the legs run in. Roscoff draped over the back of Kretschmer. He kind of rolls on his left hip. Roscoff with that right leg run in there. Well, actually both legs run in. Has him up underneath the shoulders and around the head. Kretschmer has that, again, he has a hold of that foot, trying to back his way out of there as they roll back to the mat. Potentially dangerous situation. Kretschmer looks up at John Smith and said, hey, he was choking me too. So,
Plus he's like, hey, you know what to look for. Get those elbows in, get out of it. Don't let these guys with the legs. You got to initiate the first move from the bottom.
And Kretschmer were left a little too soon.
Because you got to beat them on the whistle. Those guys get in good position, get those legs run in, and Chris Perry comes to mind, a guy that took advantage from that top position and wears your opponents down, gets you a couple of turns, and that's what Roscoff's obviously thinking about.
On the whistle. Kretschmer immediately hits a little set-out. Roscoff trying to wrap him up around the head. Kretschmer, again, wraps him up around the back of the neck, trying to pull him off the top. Roscoff now runs that left leg in on him. Kretschmer still trying to come to his feet. Roscoff hanging off the top. Kretschmer, tripods out there on his feet. Roscoff working on a minute of riding time, draped across the back of Kretschmer. 58 seconds to go in the second period. Kretschmer with a 2-1 lead. Roscoff is hanging across the back. Kretschmer again, kind of tripods out there. Both coaches are yelling for stalling, both coaching staff. He's not doing anything on top. The other guys are yelling. He's not doing anything on bottom. The referee, Josh Briscoe, will stop it and say, hey, let's mix it up. John Smith saying, hey, he's locking his hands on the bottom position.
Yeah, that side headlock, too, is just because he has the legs on it. I mean, that side headlock's not still a stall ride.
John, now the referee calls John over. And let's see what they're talking about. We have 32 seconds remaining here. They're going to call, what, a stalling on Kretschmer?
No, just a warning. Warning on John.
Oh, warning on John. Okay, I got you.
If you talk to the officials in wrestling, you get a warning. So.
I never understood that. You can't even question them. Anyway, so be it. Kretschmer's out with the escape. That was explosion there.
Said, nope, you're not going to ride me this time.
Kretschmer leads at 3-1. The riding time holding at 1:26. Kyle's got a little attitude about him right now. Double leg takedown, Kretschmer. And he is absolutely on fire right now.
A little irritated.
Just went out there and manhandled him. Got his escape and then just said, here I come, and you can't stop me, and off the edge of the mat. Congo's law of the big arm, they call it. Sometimes you just overpower the other guy. A little switch, at least trying to hit a switch. Roscoff doesn't work. Time expires in the second period. 5-1, Kretschmer leads.
Yeah, Kretschmer is a scary individual. He gets a little irritated. Of course, Bo Jordan from Ohio State, who Derringer beat last year in the semifinals, has moved up a weight, but not many guys in this weight class. If Kyle uses that athletic ability and that speed, we'll find a better athlete for weight class. And right there, the last 30 seconds of that period, showing a little anger as well, and scary combination.
Getting to his feet, Roscoff, and now Kretschmer just pushes him away. The riding time's back under the 1 minute mark. Kretschmer's got a 5-2 lead. Third period, both men on their feet. Now Kretschmer. And the official. Talking about the hand fighting, I guess. Watch that.
Grabbing the fingers. No eye gouging and pulling of the fingers. There are some rules in wrestling.
There's a stalling warning on Roscoff. Papalizio Company not happy about that. Kretschmer goes in on the single leg again. Switches off to the double leg. Roscoff trying to hang on to the ankle. Kretschmer trying to slip out the back door. Roscoff still hanging on to that ankle. Kretschmer again has both legs trying to turn back into him. He's taking a breath right now. Roscoff hanging on that ankle. He looks to the coach and says, I'm not going anywhere.
Maybe in the first period, but in the final minute of the 7-minute match.
But a nice setup by Kretschmer.
Again,
close
initiating the offense. Can't fault the guy for initiating the attack.
Kretschmer a 5-2 lead. Double leg shot. Oh, man. He hit it nicely, but a nice recovery by Roscoff. "30 seconds remaining. "22 seconds to go. Both on their feet. Riding time, no factor. But again, a takedown by Roscoff. If he could ride it out for 4 seconds, he would have enough points. There's a double leg takedown. Kretschmer. That'll put it away. Just another explosive old Tulsa Union tackle.
Yeah. Yep.
The old linebacker came out in him, and no riding time. 8-2 will be the final score. Now Kretschmer gives the Cowboys now a 15-10 lead. Back in a moment. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Wilson Chevrolet Cadillac, move over. It's time to make room for the rest of the GM family. Buick GMC has moved in and is feeling right at home. Some of your friendly faces have joined the Wilson family too. Sales are off and running with the Wilson team already the largest volume full-line GM dealer in the state. Come check out all the buzz at Wilson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and wilsongm.com.
We got the deals that put you behind the wheel. Wilson Chevrolet, Stillwater.
Hard work, dedication, tradition, and proven results. That's Cowboy Wrestling, and that's the law firm of Martin, Gene, and Jackson. That commitment to excellence has served the Cowboy Wrestling program for more than 70 years, and it has done the same for Martin, Gene, and Jackson. Martin, Gene, and Jackson has offices in Ponca City, Tulsa, and Stillwater. Our Stillwater office recently moved into the historic James E. Berry House at 502 South Duck Street. Visit our website at mjjlawfirm.com or call us at 405-377-5000. Team's always striving to be the very best. That's the Cowboys, and that's Martin, Gene, and Jackson.
I misspoke. 7-2, the final score. Favor of Kyle Kretschmer. Crowd's excited. Alex Derringer again. Kretschmer igniting this crowd, and now we move on to 184. Nolan Boyd for Oklahoma State. And Pete Rinda, a junior for North Carolina State. So a couple of guys outside the top 10 ranking-wise, but another one of those bouts that kind of feel like the Cowboys, again, they're slight underdogs in 97 and a slight underdog at heavyweight. So they need this bout.
Yeah, the winner of this bout could very well certainly win the duel.
15-10 Cowboys.
5-point lead, and obviously it will be nice. But Renda, very good. 74-pounder last year.
Renda is in on the single leg. Boyd back over the top. Slaps a little figure four up around the chest. Upside down, has the hands locked around the waist. And Nolan Boyd doing a little headstand, hanging on to an ankle. Renda trying to back into him. Boyd is now in danger of giving up a defensive fall there as he's trying to scramble out of this, but his shoulders were exposed there for a moment. Comes back up with that figure four up around the head. But he's going to wind up giving up the 2-point takedown, which he does. Now Renda scissors those legs, turns him over on his back, and trying to get a fall. Boyd able to roll through it. Renda still has those legs scissored. Boyd still trying to turn into him. And it is a 2-point near fall. 4-0. The lead for Pete Renda. Again, he's a junior, 4-0. Boyd's a junior, 8-3 the record on the season.
Again, I got Renda and Malikian mixed up. Renda's the one from Pennsylvania again. Those scramble-type situations, those funky situations, those guys from PA will certainly funk you into a position onto your back and nearly caught with a cradle, and big start for the Carolina 84-pounder.
Nolan hits a quick switch, tries to, off of the whistle. Now to both men rolling across the mat. Renda's laying underneath Nolan Boyd. He's trying to get that leg free. Renda has got his head on the mat, just hanging on to that left leg. Nolan Boyd all the way up, setting up on top of him, straddling him at the edge of the mat. And a stalemate called by the official. Nice explosion.
All that Nolan Boyd talking about just a good old-fashioned switch, but he got tangled up in there. And again, Renda, so they're kind of playing into his game right here. Nolan's got to tone this down, go to the running game. Seen him in the past. The Penn State duel last year just went out and wrestled a good, fundamental, solid match. It's too wild right here with Renda so far.
Gets to his feet, does Boyd. Renda has him around the waist, pulls him back down on the mat. Nolan kind of turns into him and gets his escape. And right back underneath, Nolan Boyd trying to grab a leg. 4-1. Renda with the lead. We're in the first period. 40 seconds. The clock's running. Nolan Boyd shoots in. Did not get there. Blocked off. Renda has him front head and arm locked up.
There you go. Watch out.
Nolan. There's the double underhook. He will at times try something from this position. And at times it works. At the moment, will not do so. 3,040 the attendance today. 3,040 the attendance for our duel today at Gallagher-Iba Arena. Nolan Boyd being active. The time runs out in the first period, and Nolan's trailing 4-1.
Plenty of time left in this match. Nolan's just got to gather himself and work his way back in this thing. Renda seems to be breathing a little bit. Slowed the pace there in the last 30 seconds or so.
Cowboys only up by 5. There's a locked hands called against Renda, and a reversal by Nolan Boyd.
And a point.
The penalty point for the locked hands, the reversal. And now getting to his feet, Renda. Boyd puts him back down on the mat. It's tied 4-4. John Smith said, let's go ahead and stall that man underneath. Renda, a little set-out move. Nolan Boyd's going to let him escape.
Now, what did Samuel Jackson say in Jurassic Park? Hold on to your butts, because this is going to get wild here. You guys are rolling around.
5-4. Renda with the lead. Shot by Renda. Nolan gets the hips back. Trying to keep him on the mat there. Nolan, he's a long, tall-bodied wrestler, and gets those hips back and those long arms. He can sometimes counter out of these situations into something good. Right now, he'll just settle for a stalemate with 1 minute, 1 second to go in the second period. Nolan takes a shot, trying to pick up the ankle, didn't happen. He had Renda shoulder to shoulder in the center of the mat, 42 seconds remaining in the second period.
I think both men are catching their breath here, Rex.
Nolan Boyd gave up a takedown, a 2-point near fall to start the match. Seems like he has a little momentum at the moment. Trails 5-4. There's a shot by Boyd again. Gets it on a single leg. Renda shoots back the other way, grabs a leg. Nolan hanging on to the right leg. Renda trying to counter it. Nolan sucks that leg in. Renda steps around behind him and gets the takedown. Renda winds up with a takedown as he able to step around behind Nolan Boyd, and it's 7-4.
A little bit of a mental error there. Nolan outside single to a position, but Renda just kind of stuck the hips around the side, locked the hands to the crotch, went around. Right position, got a takedown there in the final 5 seconds. Boy, big takedown there for Renda. 3-point lead.
Pete Renda of NC State in the down position. Nolan Boyd of Oklahoma State, top position. Riding time not a factor at the moment. 7-4, Renda with the lead. Nolan goes to a little spiral ride. Not much movement underneath at all by Renda. Now he slowly comes to his feet. Nolan puts him back down on the mat. Nolan trying to turn him over, getting a count out of it. 2-point near fall. Little cheap tilt. Makes it 7-6. Nolan back within a point. John Smith wants a stalling call underneath. Nolan with that tight waist on him, bars the arm underneath. There's a stalling warning underneath. Renda trying to come to his feet. Nolan has him locked around the head. Renda gets his base under him. Nolan jumps around the right side. Renda hits a little set out. 1 minute right there, remaining third period. 7-6. Renda leads. Nolan trying to lock up a cradle. Had it for a moment and gives up a reversal. Had the hands locked, but it slipped off of that cradle and fell in underneath Renda. And they go off the edge of the mat.
9-6.
9-6.
Yeah.
9-6 is our score. It was 7-6, and then just there, Nolan was trying to, again, hook up a cradle, it appeared, and just slipped right off of the top of Renda and fell in underneath him.
Now, both guys, December tired right here.
Nolan's got the escape. 9-7, riding time not a factor, 38 seconds to go. Crowd making a lot of noise here, trying to inspire the Cowboy Junior. Nolan Boyd gets it on the single leg. Renda back over the top. Nolan comes out with the ankle. Renda back over the top, locks the hands to the crotch. Boyd trying to back into him. Renda trying to fight him off. Nolan trying to step around, hook that leg. 11 seconds to go. Stalemate, and Renda is going to survive it. Stalemate call with 5 seconds remaining. Nolan Boyd made a nice shot there, got to the ankle, but could not finish. 5 seconds remaining. Renda leads 9-7. He's just going to dance. The match will end with a 9-7 win for North Carolina.
Yeah, extra point. They hit him for stalling at the end, so that's a second. So 9-8 still.
9-8, okay. They gave another stalling point there at the end. But still the winner, Pete Renda of North Carolina State, 9-8 will be your official final score. And the Cowboys lead now only 15-13 with 2 bouts remaining. Back in a moment. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens, has created the perfect bottle for whatever happens. The Bud Light Cool Twist aluminum bottle. It's made of 100% chill-holding aluminum, so you know it's cold. It's tall and sleek, so it's refreshing. And here comes a twist. It's reclosable, so you know it's always up for whatever. The Bud Light Cool Twist aluminum bottle.
Just bring it.
Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Cowboy fans, stop by Chris's University Spirit today to sign up for the Orange and Black Spirit Club for only $40. You'll receive a membership club shirt and a 20% off card good on items for 1 year from purchase. All you have to do is stop in at 244 South Knobloch on Campus Corner in Stillwater before it's too late. Also visit us online at chrisuniversityspirit.com today.
Back with you at Gallagher Arena. Rex Holt, Roger Moore, your Cowboy Wrestling reporters, and the Cowboys nursing a 2-point lead, 15-13 over the Wolfpack of North Carolina State. And the Cowboys, again, a slight underdog in these final 2 bouts. It's leading Austin Schaefer here. at 197. The Cowboy Jr. 11-4 on the season. Wrestled heavyweight here last Sunday. His opponent is number 17 ranked Michael Boykin, a sophomore, at 5-1.
Bottom line, Rex, you got a heavyweight that's won 63 consecutive matches, the best in the country, two-time national champion. With Austin Marsden, ranked among the top 5 in the country, an All-American. Obviously, the NC State's a solid favorite at 285, so the Cowboys lead by 2 here. Do the math. Well, Dusty not going to, you wouldn't think, going to put Marsden on his back for the pin, but a win here by Austin Schaefer. A long ways for the Cowboys escaping the Wolfpack here.
And Michael Boykin, built like a linebacker.
Yeah, Schaefer did win this matchup last year down in Raleigh, 4-2.
So the Cowboys have the more long, angular wrestler in this particular matchup. Boykin, big, thick lower body, big hips and thighs, and well-muzzled. Austin Schaefer, again, more of the tall, rangy type. Cowboy Jr. Again, wrestled heavyweight last week and wrestled very well.
Boykin had probably carried the football a few times or made a few tackles in high school.
Boykin on the single leg, gets off of the leg, and Schaefer able to get him off the leg, get off the edge of the mat.
Good chance for Schaefer here to get some confidence.
Boykin takes a shot, didn't get there. Austin Schaefer able to block him off. Cowboys only a 2-point lead. And the two wrestlers at the edge of the mat. And off the edge of the mat. Schaefer out of Edmond, Oklahoma, Edmond North High School. Right now, no score, 1:35 remaining in the first period at 197 pounds. Not much happening at the moment, just forehead to forehead. Little head snap, but not much. Offensively, not a lot happening.
Now, both guys know the situation, obviously very tentative, and no one wants to make a mistake.
In on the single leg. Boykin has the right leg. He's around behind him. He's got the takedown. That's just a little duck. Slipped around behind Schaefer and got the takedown. Off the edge of the mat with only 46 seconds remaining here in the first period. Going to referee today, Josh Briscoe. The attendance today, again, 3,040. And there's the escape. 7th meeting all time between Oklahoma State and North Carolina State. The series started in 1990, their first meeting. The Cowboys have dominated. They've never lost to the Wolfpack, 6-0. But obviously in danger here today. As Schaefer gets the escape, Austin Schaefer's made it a 2-1 match. Only been getting a couple of shots. Boykin had one early in the opening 20 seconds or so. Then a lot of this, what we're seeing right now, then had, of course, the little duck a while ago that worked into a 2-point takedown, and that'll be it for the first period. Boykin a 2-1 lead.
It's about time for Schaefer to put him on his back and pin him. What you think, Rick?
That would get the crowd fired up, I think. Their legs, that little lull there. The Cowboy fans are fired up there for a moment. The exploits of Derringer and Kyle Crutchmer.
Oh, Boyd lost the tough one. That could have gone either way. They're late.
In the down position, up to his feet is Michael Boykin of NC State. Schaefer will cut him loose. And it's 3-1. Schaefer then takes a long-range shot, didn't get there. Little underhook. the left shoulder. Boykin at the edge of the mat. Austin Schaefer back to the center of the mat with Michael Boykin. And the hand fighting. Be bending those fingers, whatever. Protect those fingers. The official talks to the two wrestlers. And they're back at it. Boykin a 3-1 lead. Long-range shot didn't get there for Schaefer. But he's made a couple of shots here in this second period after giving up that escape. 3-1. Boykin with the lead. Inside of a minute in the second period. Forty seconds remaining in period number 2. Schaefer takes a shot, nothing there. Seconds. Doesn't appear anything else is going to happen here in period number 2. Schaefer takes a shot at the buzzer. Austin Schaefer's down 3-1. 3-1 as we head to the final 2 minutes.
And a big 2 minutes here for the Cowboys. And Schaefer to try to do something here again. 2-point lead could go down 1 with 1 about to go against the best heavyweight in the country. So Schaefer's going to have to pull something out of the fire here.
Schaefer the down position on the whistles, up and out, scores his escape, and it's 3-2. The riding time is not a factor, so Austin Schaefer has a chance to wear the hero tag today.
Go down swinging, 3-2. Go to your best shot, your bread and butter, something that you've drilled on your entire life. Your favorite technique, takedown technique or something.
Shot in underneath. Boykin gets it on the single leg. Hip lock stuck in by Marsden. He's trying to counter it into a takedown off the edge of the mat.
Signs of life right there. Boykin had the initial shot, but Schaefer countered him. Well, a little bit of the old Sheltonator over here. Threw that hip lock and then a little leg lift and nearly caught Boykin on the edge of the mat.
3-2. Boykin, a 1-point lead. Cowboys, a 2-point lead in the duel. NC State with the nation's top heavyweight waiting for the wings for the next match. The Cowboys only up by 2. Obviously need a win here. Schaefer takes a shot, nothing there. Boykin locks him up around the head, now drops down, grabs the leg. Boykin has the left leg picked up. 50 seconds remaining in the third period. Schaefer, the hip lock stuck in. Trying to get that leg free. As Boykin trying to reach across, get the far side ankle. Didn't get it. They're at the edge of the mat outside the circle. Stalling warning on Austin Schaefer. 35 seconds to go. 1-point match. Schaefer takes a shot, didn't get there. Boykin able to block him off. 27 seconds. Schaefer has that hand around the back of that left leg. 19 seconds to go. Schaefer takes another shot. Gets the left leg. 13 seconds. Can he pick it up? Around behind. Gets the hands locked. And off the edge of the mat with 7 seconds remaining. There's a stalling warning on Boykin. Shot by Schaefer. Another shot. Time is going to run out. 3-2. Schaefer comes up short as Michael Boykin of NC State has given the Wolfpack the lead back at 16-15. as their top-ranked heavyweight comes to the mat. 1 bout remaining. Back in a moment. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Are you looking for a little more comfort in your life? Call the expert, your Carrier dealer. Carrier dealers are the authorities at getting peak performance from your heating and cooling system. So call your Carrier dealer first. He has ways of making you very comfortable. Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Carrier and B&L Heating and Air Conditioning. Turn to the experts at bndlheatingcool.com.
Badger Daylighting is proud to sponsor today's game. Badger Daylighting believes in supporting Oklahoma communities where their families live, work, and play. Badger provides the safest and fastest non-destructive excavation process in the hydrovacing industry. Badger Daylighting's hydrovac process is a safe and efficient alternative to conventional excavation methods. Not all hydrovacs are created equal. Call Badger Daylighting today at 405-612-2222. Proud to support OSU, Stillwater, and Perkins Tryon.
Back with you at Governor Arena, heavyweights coming at you as North Carolina State has the lead on the Cowboys in the duel, 16-15. And the Cowboys send out number 4 ranked heavyweight Austin Marsden, the seniors, 7-1 on the year, to meet the number 1 ranked defending national champion Nick Gwiazdowski, the senior, 8-0 this year.
Got the tape recorder set up because if Austin were to win this match, this place will certainly explode.
And there's Gwiazdowski immediately in on the single leg and the double leg and the takedown. And they're off the edge of the mat.
Now, just 4-1 last year in the dual meeting. Gwiazdowski controls it throughout. Again, just a good, solid athlete. This guy's training for the Olympics next year. And the tall order here for Austin Marsden. He's obviously one of the top heavyweights in the country, but Gwiazdowski's kind of separated himself.
Marsden, a little set out, scores the escape.
Pull out your inner Mitch Shelton or those big Cowboy heavyweights from the past who've won some dramatic matches in here.
Got a lot of course, so many duels come down to the heavyweights.
8 times out of 10, the Cowboys will be favored. We'll feel pretty good about their chances.
Today, NC State. Yeah, they've already got a lead going into these final bouts. So, the one thing, and Marsden just needed to stay off his back because over the Cowboys had won, and it was 18-13. Say, well, you could lose, and just as long as you don't give up a tech fall or worse, you know, you win the duel. But Nolan Boyd loses a heartbreaker, 9-8. There's Gwiazdowski again, picks up that right leg. Marsden trying to fight him off. Gwiazdowski still has that left leg. They hit to the far side edge of the mat as Gwiazdowski has both ankles and now has the takedown. Off the edge of the mat. 4-1 the lead for Nick Gwiazdowski.
Now, again, you talk about 9 times out of 10, Austin fights that shot off, gets to the edge, gets his hips down, gets position, but Gwiazdowski continued to wrestle and circle back in and finishes the takedown.
Gwiazdowski at the Lance in New York. Grabs the angle, gets Marsden down the mat, takes control.
All-American at Binghamton. True freshman year with Popolizzo. Then Popolizzo went south, and Gwiazdowski took a year off and headed to Raleigh.
Escape from Marsden. He's trailing 4-2.
He's also on a 63-match win streak right now. So,
and leading 4-2 over Marsden at the moment. Austin again did not wrestle last week. Flagrant misconduct, disqualification. South Dakota State, so he had to set out the match last Sunday. Today he's back, meaning the number 1 ranked band in America. And trailing 4-2 as the first period comes to a close. Zach Esposito and John Smith at the edge of the mat. Dylan Austin Marsden, go ahead. It's your choice. Take the down position.
Now, Rex, Cowboys favored in 3 today. NC State favored in 3, but 4 toss-ups. NC State won 3 out of those 4 toss-ups. And when you're in a tight dual meet, it's a top team. You got to find a way to win a couple of those toss-ups. Again, NC State's won 3 of 4. And that's the difference today.
There's the escape for Austin Marsden. Austin only down by a point, 4-3. Gwiazdowski with 2 takedowns. Austin with 3 escapes at this point. But has a chance in that long winning streak for Gwiazdowski and win a duel for the Cowboys. No pressure. Both heavyweights in the middle of the mat. Size-wise, Austin's got the edge, 265.8 pounds he weighed in today. Gwiazdowski, 256.5 pounds. Not a big difference. In fact, from the eye test, they look about the same. As far as the height and all those things. And a one-point match at the moment, 45 seconds remaining in the second period. Not much happening at the moment. Gwiazdowski, only 2 times he shot, though, he has scored.
He's feeling a little bit of pressure here, maybe. Scoreboard pressure. He knows the situation. Trying to pull up the big upset here in the hallowed hall. So Austin, again, I feel good going into the third period in a tight match. Number 1 guy, so no pressure here on Austin, really. Obviously, he tried to save the team, but not expected to go out here and beat this Gwiazdowski. So here you go. Well, that's going to choose down. Probably going to get your escape. And Austin Marsden, go find yourself 1 takedown and see what happens.
So in the third period, Marsden trailing 4-3. He'll be in the top position. Gwiazdowski on the whistle. Kind of hunkers up. And Austin trying to bar an arm. Gwiazdowski immediately gets pops to his feet. And he's out with the escape. That'll make it 5-3. 2-point match. Running time, no factor. We're in the third period. NC State, and they are relevant again in Division I wrestling thanks to Pat Popolizio and his recruiting. And trying to knock off the Cowboys for the first time ever today. Best ever finish for NC State. They finished 7th in 1993. But as Roger told you earlier, then they just disappeared. Or no factor for about 2 decades there, a little less. So that is changing. It's 7 national champions over the years. 29 times they've had All-American. There's Marsden in on the single leg. Gwiazdowski, though, back over the top, reaches back through the crotch and turns it into a takedown.
Yeah, good old fashion cross face. And the hip down just powered into Marsden. And
Marsden got to the leg, but Gwiazdowski countered it into a takedown. There's Austin with the escape. But he's trailing 7-4. And Marsden got to the leg. As they hit the mat, just, like I say, his old-fashioned wrestling 101. Gwiazdowski in on the single leg this time. Austin able to get a hip lock in, gets him off of the leg. 7-4, Gwiazdowski leads. 18 seconds remaining. Pat Popolizio trying to beat his old coach, John Smith, and he is going to get it done. 10 seconds remaining. Gwiazdowski bouncing around. No routing time, 7-4, the final score. As NC State comes to Gallagher-Iba Arena and knocks off the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And the final score will be 19-15 in favor of the Wolfpack. Now 1-6 versus the Cowboys, who go to 2-2 on the year. The Wolfpack stays undefeated at 9-0 with the upset win over the fourth-ranked Cowboys today at GIA. We'll come back, start to wrap things up here after we take a timeout. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
When did we become so dependent on all those technical devices you got around the house? You know, your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your gaming system. Anymore, you got more tools or tech tools than you've got garden tools. Well, Suddenlink's got you covered with 1 gig internet. That's 100 times faster than your typical phone company internet. Only 8% of U.S. cities have 1 gig internet speeds, and Stillwater, because of Suddenlink's investment, is now Gig City. Now, you may not need 1 gig internet speeds now, but it's nice to know the power to keep all your devices connected is there when you need it. Call 800-915-1866 to get SL200 HD TV and 15 meg internet for just $69 a month, and you'll get access to on-demand. Don't wait. Call 800-915-1866 or visit Suddenlink.com and get all the information. Your Suddenlink store is located at 802 East 6th Street right here in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Prefert's utility panels are the smart way to save money when buying Corral panels. Saddle brown powder coating ensures a long-lasting finish, while J-legs and chain connectors increase versatility and portability. Utility panels offer the economical choice for keeping horses safe in round pens, riding arenas, and temporary stalls. When it comes to delivering more value for the money, look to Prefert. For your nearest dealer, contact Stillwater Milling Company at 1-800-364-6804. That's 1-800-364-6804.
Carla Knight is on a crusade to stamp out bad breath. And as a pharmacist at Tiger Drug, she has recruited many to join her in her cause. If you would like to talk to her about it, stop in and bring a Tic Tac to Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut. A trip to Tiger Drug is like a trip to the Midway. Let Craig Stone guess your weight. Carla Knight wrestle a real alligator handbag. Or marvel at Neil Conkey, the world's tallest midget. Ring the bell and win a prize at 9th and Walnut.
The Oklahoma State wrestling team is committed to excellence, and so is the law firm of Martin, Jean, and Jackson. Our 7 attorneys, including senior partner Paul Martin, a former OSU All-American, have over 75 years of combined experience in injury law and have a proven track record for results. Martin, Jean, and Jackson has offices in Ponca City, Tulsa, and Stillwater. Come visit our new Stillwater office in the historic James E. Berry House at 502 South Duck, or call us at 405-377-5000. That's Martin, Jean, and Jackson, attorneys at law, mjjlawfirm.com.
Back with you at Gallagher Arena, Rex Holt and Roger Moore, your Cowboy Wrestling reporters. And Roger, the Cowboys, a sour afternoon, as it turns out, losing to North Carolina State, 19-15. And as you said before, again, you knew where the favorites were. It was going to be all the other matches that mattered. And NC State won the toss-up bouts.
Well, uneasy feeling after last week's performance against Minnesota. Kalka gets hurt. Look at NC State's lineup. You're thinking, wow, they match up pretty well with the Cowboys. But you look at it, the Cowboys get an overtime win at 25, get majored at 57, lose a tough one 9-8 at 84, and then 3-2 at 97. So 3 or 4 of those could go any direction. Cowboys won the 3 they're supposed to win. NC State wins the 3 they're supposed to win. Again, 4 toss-ups. NC State wins 3 of those 4 toss-ups. So that's the difference. The Cowboys got to find a way in those tough matches. I mean, a 15 versus an 18, a couple guys that are outside the top 10. Just find a way to win a tough match. Schaefer loses to Boykin, Boyd and Renda. That's the difference. I don't know, but not having Kalka in your lineup, that's kind of a big deal for the Cowboys. And in this day and age, against teams that are inside the top 15 in the country, if you're missing the starter, you got a couple of holes in your lineup. Boom! Cowboys go from preseason number 1 to next week. What are they going to be? 8, 9?
Right.
NC State's going to jump into the top 10. Congratulations to Papalizio. And again, this day and age, the top 15 programs, you got to wrestle. I mean, dual meets, you got to find a way to win those close matches, those toss-up matches. Cowboys lose, again, 3 of the 4 today, and that's the difference in a 4-point loss.
Safe to say that John Smith still got some lineup issues, and maybe, again, some of the folks we saw today, maybe they're not in the lineup in March, but there's some guys not performing the way that the coach would like them to.
Yeah, if this team's going to win a national team title, certainly they're going to have to make some changes or just wrestle better at some weight classes because they've got, obviously, you got your Derringers, your Crutchmer. Clamara won a big match there. Won a big, tough match against a guy you knew nothing about, a freshman. Found a way to come back and win a tough match. Dean Heil beat the number 2 guy in the country. They've got the number 1 ranked heavyweight in the country, so Marsden makes a good show of it. Loses 7-4 to get a chance there in the third period, possibly to tie it up, but Gwiz just makes a big counter and gets a big takedown. So, again, NC State, congratulations to them. A good, solid squad, but the Cowboys... question marks going into the Sooners. The Sooners are coming off a great performance at the Vegas Invitational, beat Michigan, so the Cowboys better be ready to wrestle in Norman next week because they smell blood. The Cowboys are a wounded animal, so they're going to have to find a way to fix a few things because right now the Cowboys are certainly not a national championship team.
No, they are not, and they lose another duel at home today to North Carolina State to get the first win ever for the Wolfpack over the Pokes. Thanks, Raj.
You bet.
We'll continue with more here on our post-match wrap-up. Again, it's North Carolina State 19, Oklahoma State 15. Back with more after this break. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens, has created the perfect bottle for whatever happens. The Bud Light Cool Twist aluminum bottle. It's made of 100% chill-holding aluminum, so you know it's cold. It's tall and sleek, so it's refreshing. And here comes a twist. It's reclosable, so you know it's always up for whatever. The Bud Light Cool Twist aluminum bottle.
Just bring it.
Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Debbie, owner and pharmacist of Charlie's Discount Drug, and I want to encourage you to take a 10-minute time out today. Our CleaWave Cholestack LDX system will analyze your cholesterol levels with a simple finger stick in under 10 minutes, allowing you to get back to your day quickly. No appointment necessary and results while you wait. So, take your 10-minute time out and come to Charlie's Discount Drug, 723 South Walnut in Stillwater, or call 624-3535 for more information today.
Our members asked and we listened. Auto loans are now starting as low as 1.99% APR for the rest of the year. You are getting the car you need at the value you want. Visit CUIntouch.com for all the details. University and Community Federal Credit Union.
Loan is subject to credit approval. A lien filing fee will be required. Must be 18 or older to apply. Assumes auto is new or less than 1 year old. Annual percentage rate effective as of 9/21/2015 and subject to change without notice. APR assumes 700 or higher credit score. Loan proceeds cannot be used to refinance an existing University and Community Federal Credit Union loan.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup honors the nation's best overall collegiate athletic program in each division, men's and women's sports. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics, noting the remarkable efforts of student athletes and their institutions. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook. Find us in USA Today, online, and on Twitter at LS Directors Cup. Over 2 decades of excellence. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup.
This is Debbie, owner and pharmacist of Charlie's Discount Drug. In times like these, we all need to find ways to save money. At Charlie's Discount Drug, we believe in giving you the highest quality services at discount prices every day. We provide free prescription delivery, and we give discounts on prescriptions for patients under 6 and over 60. These are just a few of the quality services available at Charlie's Discount Drug. So call 624-3535 or come by 723 South Walnut and save today. Remember, discount is our middle name.
Back with you from Gallagher-Iba Arena. Oklahoma State comes up on the wrong side of the scoreboard today. The Cowboys losing to the Wolfpack of North Carolina State for the first time ever. 19-15 the final score. And the Wolfpack ranked number 13 coming in, but undefeated. And Pat Popolizio, the former Cowboy, their head coach, again felt like they had a chance for the upset, and they pulled it off today over the Cowboys, who came in ranked number 4. The Cowboys are now 2-2, and again, not the start that they had envisioned this year. For the team that began the year, ranked number 1. As we run through the results again today, at 125 pounds, the Cowboys lucky they pulled that one out. Number 5 ranked Eddie Clamara had all kinds of issues with Sean Fowles, the redshirt freshman. Eddie able to, again, find some offense late, and again, got it into overtime, and then Eddie got the takedown to win it 5-3. A thrilling match to start the duel, very entertaining. But kind of had the feeling there that the Wolfpack came to wrestle. The Cowboys a heavy favorite there. Again, escaping with an overtime victory. But they did lead 3-0. At 1:33, the Cowboys sent out Brian Crutchmer, the junior, to wrestle Jamal Morse, a redshirt freshman for NC State. And Crutchmer replacing Gary Wayne Harding there. Just never could get off the mat. Morris rode Brian Crutchmer for over 6 minutes. The matches are 7 minutes long. 6 minutes and 19 seconds of riding time for Jamal Morris, and a 4-0 victory, and that tied the duel at 3-3. At 141, the highlight bout of the day, our number 1 ranked Cowboy, Dean Howell, meeting the number 2 ranked man for the Wolfpack, Kevin Jack. It was a close match and very entertaining, back and forth. Dean Howell able to come up with what he needed late. And again, Dean Howell with a win 10-8, another thrilling match, and the Cowboys won it by 2. And again, that's number 1 beating number 2. And Dean Howell gave the Cowboys a 6-3 lead. Didn't last long, as NC State at 149 pounds, Anthony Collica not able to answer the bell today as he had that ankle injury last Sunday. But the Cowboys did not use him today, sending out the sophomore Davy Dolan to wrestle again. Sam Melikian and the sophomore for North Carolina State. And Melikian 4-2 on the year. Again, Davy Dolan, the squadman. Again, that was one of those toss-up bouts. If Collica is there, probably you give the edge to the Cowboys. But with the backups, a backup Davy Dolan and Milliken, again, there was one of those toss-up bouts, and Milliken won it by the score of 5-3. They gave NC State the win. They tied the duel back up at 6-6. And then NC State took the lead. Tommy Gant, ranked number 8 in the country, meeting Chance Marsteller of Oklahoma State. And Marsteller just did not even, again, dominated the match. Just came out, took him down, and just took him down at will. And rolled, Tommy Gant did, to an 18-6 major decision over Chance Marsteller. And again, that made it a 10-6 score in favor of the Wolfpack. At a 165, Alex Derringer came out. He got the crowd juiced up with the fall, and that's just 29 seconds over Stacy Davis. And that gave the Cowboys all of a sudden a 12-10 lead. Kyle Crutchmer rode that momentum at 174 with a 7-2 win over Max Roscoff. And that gave the Cowboys a 15-10 lead. 184, another one of those toss-up bouts. And Pete Renda and Nolan Boyd, a couple of guys ranked 15th and 16th. Renda won it, a wild match, 9-8. And then at 197, Austin Schaefer comes up a point short against Michael Boykin, 3-2. And that made it 16-15. And the number 1 ranked national champion heavyweight, Nick Gwydowski, then took care of business against Austin Marsden to the tune of 7-4. Final score 19-15. As we're joined by the head coach of the Cowboys, John Smith here, Matt's side. John, again, both teams won the 3 matches they were favored in. Those others you kind of felt like could be anybody's, and the visitors won 3 of those 4 matchups.
Yeah, you know, those. I mean, you look up and down the lineup, and you know, the lineup's not good. You know, right now that team that we put out today is going to have a hard time beating anyone. I mean, much less you know, Foreman. You know, so yeah, it just I don't know. Just from the very start with Eddie's, you know, scrapping out a win, which shouldn't be there, 5th-year senior. I like the way Heil wrestled. Davy Dolan not being able to score a takedown, you know, in an important match, 57, no-show. And, of course, Derringer did what we needed. And you go to Crutchmer, and you know, I was kind of expecting a little bit more out of him from the standpoint of maybe a major decision, and same at 25, 84, Nolan. I think, again, just kind of not managing his score, gets taken down to his back to start the match, ends up winning, you know, or ends up losing by a point. He's in deep on a single leg, and you know, and he needs to focus on getting the angle there, and instead the guy gets squared up with him by grabbing across the body and getting to his ankle. Just overall, you know, just an ugly match from our part. I mean, you know, just not, you know, something chemistry-wise not fitting with this team real well. You know, so that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on chemistry, you know, so going to have to look at, you know, making sure that people that are stepping out and wrestling hard and making sure that they recognize that that's unacceptable today, and we just have to get better from it.
Right. Well, again, Anthony Collica, just that ankle not really ready today, or just want to give somebody else a shot?
Well, yeah, he wasn't ready today. I mean, it was the best thing to hold him out. And, you know, you get some of these matches, where you're not sure who you need to go with, and I definitely made a mistake there at 57, putting Chance back out, but we kind of saw what occurred out there, and he's kind of struggling to find any confidence, and a lot of it is because of the way he handles his weight, and in the end, just we got to go. We got to recognize that just not the effort from top to bottom, and let's refocus and kind of gather up our chins and get going again.
Right. Because it's not going to get easier, Coach. You got to go to Norman next week, and they had a great tournament. I saw in Vegas. They beat Michigan. So Mark Cody's got his team wrestling well, and you got to go there next Sunday.
Yeah, that's what that's the fun part of it, And I said it a couple of weeks ago. It seems like this team hasn't wrestled. They've wrestled tight all year, and I don't know why, but I think this is a good chance to maybe come out of that mold that we've been wrestling in and start to kind of let things fly a little bit more. So we need to really take a look and make sure that we recognize that, you have to go out and wrestle hard, and in those situations, you don't want to point any fingers right now because, when you get in those situations at 84 and 97, and you're at home, you find a way to win, and does it have to be by 1 point? Does it have to be a 9-8 match? Does it have to be? I mean, no. I was hoping to see a little bit different match from Austin Schaefer and Nolan Boyd,
Right.
I need to reckon when I take a shot, I've got to score. I've got to get to the angle. I've got to suck it in. I've got to get to the, I've got to, we just seem to be, wrestling, to me, wrestling the competition for the most part, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's as good as we are, but in the end, I do have some guys that I think can wrestle better than what we did today. So, we just need to make sure that people recognize that if you're doing a few things wrong, you better start doing them right, because we're not going to watch that too much longer.
Right, and that tells guys in your room there's some jobs to be won if you want to take a step up, right?
Well, I think the lineup. I'm glad a couple guys got an opportunity to get in there. They've sure earned it, and they've worked hard for it. And
right.
You look at North Carolina State's team, and in a dual meet situation, and looking at where their conditioning level is at this time of the year, they could go with a lot of teams.
Right.
I mean, in the top 5 or 6, and if you're gonna win tough dual meets, you got to win those critical matches, and we didn't seem to win them.
Right.
mean, you're looking at a big match at 25, and you didn't get it. You get a guy on the leg in the overtime, and we have to, hit a rope-a-dope to win the match.
Right.
Crutchmer never got off his belly. I thought Dean Heil had a pretty good match.
Right.
One on scrambles, one did some things that was pretty solid, but at the same time, I think that he kind of grinded that out against a kid that was jacked up and ready to wrestle well and had been wrestling well. 49, just no offense. 57, no anything. Of course, 65 and 74 was probably our brightest moments. And then, Austin Marsden took a couple of opportunities. It's a tough kid. He's going to have to get a lot better and be as as focused as Nick is in order to really even be in a match with him. He's a good athlete, good wrestler.
Well, as we'll talk more on Tuesday on your show, but like I say, got to rally the troops, and you and your coaching staff, you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah. No, they got their work cut out.
Okay.
Trust me. This team will get better.
Right.
But there's just something there. There's some chemistry problems right now, and I think that's the first thing we need to work on is creating the chemistry that guys are going out and competing well, and not a lot of fear in their performance, and and just wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, Coach. I'll talk to you on Tuesday.
You.
John Smith, the head coach of the Cowboys, visiting with us here. Matt Side after North Carolina State's win over Oklahoma State 19-15. Again, the John Smith Show Tuesday night, 7 to 8, right here on Hot 93.7, KSPI-FM in Stillwater. We'll come back and wrap it up with our C-Star Management C-Star of the Day after this timeout. This is Cowboy Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
When did we become so dependent on all those technical devices you got around the house? You know, your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your gaming system. Anymore, you got more tools or tech tools than you've got garden tools. Well, Suddenlink's got you covered with 1 gig internet. That's 100 times faster than your typical phone company internet. Only 8% of U.S. cities have 1 gig internet speeds, and Stillwater, because of Suddenlink's investment, is now Gig City. Now, you may not need 1 gig internet speeds now, but it's nice to know the power to keep all your devices connected is there when you need it. Call 800-915-1866 to get SL200 HD TV and 15 meg internet for just $69 a month, and you'll get access to on-demand. Don't wait. Call 800-915-1866 or visit Suddenlink.com and get all the information. Your Suddenlink store is located at 802 East 6th Street right here in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Celebrating its 100th year, Oklahoma State University Cowboy Wrestling continues its tradition as one of the most dominant sports programs in the history of collegiate athletics. A dynasty built on champions.
Match is over. 133 riding time, Jake Roshaw, 3-time national champion, wins it tonight by the score of 10-3.
Why not be a part of the next 100 years by joining the Cowboy Wrestling Club today? Just call 405-744-4541.
Cowboy fans, stop by Chris's University Spirit today to sign up for the Orange and Black Spirit Club for only $40. You'll receive a membership club shirt and a 20% off card good on items for 1 year from purchase. All you have to do is stop in at 244 South Knobloch on Campus Corner in Stillwater before it's too late. Also visit us online at chrisuniversityspirit.com today.
It's Sunday afternoon, and I'm watching the game live on my smartphone and fishing. How? NFL Mobile from Verizon. Touchdown! Now, if I could figure out why they aren't biting.
Hey, NFL fans. Watch local Sunday games live on NFL Mobile, included with a More Everything plan exclusively from Verizon, America's largest and most reliable network. Sunday games include in-market games only. Data usage applies for app download and use. Available on select smartphones. Subscription required for all devices without the More Everything plan. Coverage not available everywhere. Don't call or text while driving.
All right, back with you from Gallagher-Iba Arena, wrapping up our broadcast today on this Sunday afternoon. Again, our next broadcast of Cowboy Wrestling will be next Sunday from Norman, Oklahoma. Cowboys and the Sooners renew the Bedlam Series next Sunday at 2 o'clock. We'll be able to air at 1:30, little pre-match activity. Getting ready for the Cowboys and the Sooners. Again, should be fun next Sunday on the road with the Cowboy Wrestlers. Hope you'll tune us in then. The Cowboys, again, coming up short today, but they're now 2-2 on the year, and again, OU, a much improved team. And we'll see with the Cowboys what they can do with the Sooners next Sunday. Again, don't forget the John Smith Show on Tuesday night, right here on Hot 93.7 FM, your great sports connection, the John Smith Show Tuesday night from 7 to 8 from the Ranchers Club at the Atherton Hotel inside the OSU Student Union. And, again, you can come join us if you would like. But tune us in for the John Smith Show. We'll, again, Tuesday night, we'll talk about this match and the upcoming matchup with the Oklahoma Sooners. Before we get out of here, we need to name our C-Star Management C-Star of the Day. We are looking for the right place to call home at the right price. Call C-Star Management in Stillwater and in Oklahoma City. In Stillwater, call C-Star Management at 405-377-8740. That's 377-8740. Or in Oklahoma City, call C-Star Management at 405-949-1404. That's 949-1404. Check them all out online. If you don't know, they didn't get the numbers written down, c-star.com on the World Wide Web. c-star.com, c-star.com. You can find out all the information you need right there if you need someone to buy, sell, or manage property, or you're looking for a place to call home, Stillwater and in the Oklahoma City area. And a few candidates today for the Cowboys, but our C-Star Management Star of the Day will be the Cowboys senior, two-time national champion Alex Derringer. The Cowboys were trailing 10-6, and he thrilled this a crowd of 3,040 as he went out and scored his second fall of the year and did it in a hurry. As he threw Stacey Davis right to his back, pinned him in just 29 seconds. And again, the Cowboys went from down 10-6 to up 12-10. And Alex Derringer, again, doing all he could to try to help the Cowboys pull one out today. It didn't happen. But Alex Derringer again with the fall and now has won 56 straight matches for the Cowboys, passing Johnny Hendricks today on the winning streak list. Alex Derringer again 56 in a row, a fall today in just 29 seconds over Stacey Davis. And Alex Derringer, your C-Star Management C-Star of the day. Again, right place to call home, C-Star Management, the folks to call. Again, in Stillwater or in Oklahoma City. And again, check out all the pertinent information at c-star.com. We appreciate those folks. That's, again, going to wrap it up for our broadcast on this Sunday afternoon. Hope you enjoyed it. Want to thank all the wonderful sponsors up and down the line for Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling. Also, again, want to thank my in-studio producer and engineer, Mr. Mason Dougherty, for his help on the broadcast today. Of course, thanks to my partner, the lovely Roger Moore, for his help on the broadcast. We wouldn't want to do it without him. Thanks to Roger, again, for his great color commentary. As always, wouldn't want to do it without him. And, again, thanks to you for listening in. The final score for the final time from historic Gallagher-Iba Arena on the campus of Oklahoma State University in Stillwater. There was North Carolina State 19, Oklahoma State 15. Until next time, this is Rex Holtz. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to Oklahoma State Cowboy